A-Town. Exactly. So call him A-Town.
Well, now he don't because Trey lightweight.
That's why he'll take it from Trey.
Trey lightweight got that shit.
He'll take it from Trey if he have his.
I hope he do.
A-Town.
You know what I mean? I love when a dark skinned nigga running things. You know what I mean?
Yeah, A-Town. We got
When it's a light skinned town, it ain't you don't know what to expect. Shit be just crazy. That is actually an interesting conversation. Now you bring it up, Lou.
What's that?
Who has a better future, Trey Young or Anthony Edwards?
Trey Young or Anthony Edwards.
What up? Check. Oh, is that you, Shut? Oh, nah. What up? Let us know how we
Yo.
sound. Let us know we sound
Mic
good.
check. Mic check.
What's goody?
I gotta take Trey Young right now.
I'm just
Trey
saying
Young
better
been
future.
there. He'd have been to the. He
So
got
moving forward, like for the rest of their careers, who are you going?
Anthony Edwards. Because he's bigger and stronger.
Yeah, he bigger.
Man. Like that's the thing. Like with Steph Curry,
It ain't even about his size. It's about his athleticism. For me, it is.
Well, it's both. Yeah.
Like he's the reason why I keep saying. Hold on, Ken. You might as well get the show started because I'm about to go.
All right. Did they say we sound good? I can't see that. Oh yeah, we sound good. Cool. This is the place where sports opinions collide. Dead in Sports. I'm your host, Kenneth B. Inge. Joining me on the show, we got Nikki Duce.
What it do?
Shelton J.
What's happening?
And filling in for FIFO, we got Spike Lou.
What up? Another feature in the books. I'm happy to be here.
Yep, he was just on It's the Mic Salon for those of you that did not catch it. So make sure you guys go check that out. We were live Sunday.
Yep, that was
Yes,
fun.
sir.
So check that out. And,
It was a lot of fun too.
You doing your little dead end tour now?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Car wash.
Yeah.
Dead end car wash.
Yeah.
I should have dropped a book or something, man. Promote it.
And yeah, you guys see him popping up on screen. Q, the sixth man, is going to be with us as well. When he get in, we'll do a quick mic check on him, and then we'll. But yeah, I mean, shit, we here now, man. What's on your mind, bro?
I was asking the question: Who are you rolling with? And I asked this to everybody out there in the chat world too. Who are you rolling with moving forward? Like from this season moving forward, as an NBA basketball player, like who are you going to tie your allegiance to? Would it be Trey Young of the Atlanta Hawks or Anthony Edwards of the Minnesota Timberwolves? Lou said he's going with Ant Edwards. Who you going with, Sheldon?
LaMelo Ball. I don't even know why we talking about them two.
I don't even know why we have you on the show.
Talking about them.
I don't know why
two.
we have you on the show. When, you know what I'm saying? It was an Atlanta conversation.
Oh, it's Atlanta. Okay,
Yeah, you know what I
okay.
mean?
Well, that,
So,
He bring up one motherfucker that's not in play.
yeah, the one motherfucker who don't jump when he shoot.
he was in the play-in, so he.
How is he? Is he the only? Hey, kid, is he the only nigga in the league that
Absolutely
don't
not.
jump when he
Absolutely
That's
not.
Cat.
Oh yeah, Joker.
Jokic might jump higher than ball. That is
Man,
true.
listen.
Damn, that's crazy. Jokic might jump higher than LaMelo.
Listen, man.
So it's because both of them from it. Well, for the
Both-
A.
both-
Yeah,
them are-
absolutely not, man. You done seen him jump now. He just don't jump on the jump shot.
Yeah.
I ain't seen him jump then.
But you seen
But-
him make a lot of jumpers. But if you
I
talk
told you if
about-
he did, he wouldn't be at home. But I'm asking you, it's an Atlanta conversation because Anthony Edwards is he played at Georgia.
Yeah.
I think he's from Atlanta too, or Atlanta area.
He from Atlanta, 100%.
And Trey obviously
Edwards from,
plays
like,
for
Oklahoma or some shit.
Yeah, well Trey plays for Atlanta though. He represents. He's
yeah,
the
so
face.
he's the
of the
face of
city.
Atlanta now.
Ice
Yeah,
Trey
he's
the game.
he Quavo
Ice
dubbed
Trey
him
the
Ice
game.
Trey. That's the thing. Like when we talking about nicknames, quick side note, like Anthony Edwards got to come up better than Ant-Man. You got niggas like Ice Trey to like,
Ice Trey
come
the
on.
gang is hard.
That's hard.
hard.
That's probably the
one of
hardest
harder
one
nicknames
in
it is.
modern
That
day
is
era.
true.
It is, but Ice Trey is on ice right now because I'm telling you, he's on watch at this moment. 'Cause
He
these
ain't
last
on
two
watch,
games,
bro.
He
was just
definitely
in
on
the
watch.
Eastern Conference Finals last
Some
year.
gotta be
I ain't
wrong
talking
with him. Yeah,
last year. What have you done for me lately in this
Bruh.
society? The boy scored 9 points the last game. He in single digits right now. We need to start talking about this because y'all in the chat.
This is a
Hold on. But that's switching topics too much.
I'm sorry.
Q,
Yo, can you hear me?
who are you picking between moving forward, Ant-Man or Trey Young?
How many years? We talking about 5 to 10? We talking about 10?
The rest of their
How-
Yeah, rest of their career.
Rest of their career, Trey Young.
He light skinned, so that's why. that's why it makes sense.
I don't think that we've seen the best of Anthony Edwards yet. Anthony Edwards is a 2 right now. Trey Young, we've seen him as the 1. It can take you to the Eastern Conference Finals. We don't know if it could win. We ain't sure yet, but we know what we know what that is. I think Anthony Edwards got a higher ceiling, and in the NBA, it's a size league. I would go with Anthony Edwards because he's bigger and stronger and looks to be more durable. So in the long term, give me him. Right now, Trey Young is a better player, though.
My only question is Anthony Edwards' his focus going forward, because he dope. Now, don't get me wrong. I like who he is. I like how he's kind of different.
Do you? Because I hear you about to say some shit.
Yeah, this sound like a real.
Here he go.
Just say what you got to say.
Don't we see how important focus is right now?
Here he go.
We can't underestimate the.
Is he LaMelo Ball? No, nigga, he's not LaMelo Ball. He's not.
He's getting there.
He's better than him. He's better than LaMelo.
So
why
you say Edwards ain't
focused on being employee of the month?
Making commercials.
He's trying to be employee of the month.
Hey, he becoming a household name. And you seen the Hulu commercial, right?
Nobody becoming a household name off fucking Hulu commercials. That shit didn't do shit, for you honest.
I'm about to say, how many motherfuckers are really speaking about any of the athletes on them Hulu commercials?
I like LaMelo's Hulu commercial.
Did you like
Check
Giannis?
it out? Huh?
I saw LaMelo. I thought the one he did with AT&T was better.
That was the best one he did.
I like the cereal, the little cartoon thing.
That was kind of funny. So what makes you question his focus?
His focus? Because he's just he's just a different type character. I don't know how.
He's a new generation.
He is, but I don't know how important basketball is going to be to him.
I think that's the whole
generation.
generation.
He only saying that because he.
Come on,
that's the whole generation, though. That's
come
on. That's everybody in that generation. In my opinion,
that's true. You don't understand what he's trying to do.
What he do?
He do this every week.
Yep.
He builds a case for no reason.
Yep.
Just so if an argument does come up, he can say the case.
Yep.
Meaning. He got drafted in the same draft class as LaMelo. We've been talking about Anthony Edwards all off season.
Yeah.
LaMelo he had one day.
And playing ball now.
He had one day behind.
He's hated on Anthony Edwards.
He's trying to make it. Okay, he's still hammering home to Anthony Edwards.
Yeah.
No, Ant's playing ball right now. Now he's coming into his own right now, and he looks excellent.
He been playing ball.
Yes.
No, he ain't been playing ball.
Yes, yeah.
No, sir.
He been playing ball. He's been playing ball.
He was an all-star this year.
All-star means
you. Best player on the
all-star
team?
selection. All-star selection means that you're not playing ball.
Was he the best player on the team?
Nigga, Andrew Wiggins was an all-star. So what you talking about? Jordan Poole not better than Andrew Wiggins?
Go ahead, finish.
That's it. That's it. That's all I'm saying.
No.
He's
I
playing
thought
now.
You were supposed to say nice things about him.
I am. I am. I said
you said he wasn't shit because he had an all-star.
I said he's playing now. He's playing great basketball now. If he stays on this trend, he's great. I ain't got nothing to say about it.
So, Spike, let me tell you what Shelton has done. Now, earlier this season, Shelton was on this program. It's recorded. He said, man, Minnesota, he said, everything runs through Cat.
Yes.
He said, man, if Cat having a game, they're going to win.
They win. Yes. Stick by that.
Playoffs came, he flip-flopped.
No, I didn't.
And
I say the same thing. No, you didn't. I said it the other day when we were standing there.
Nah,
remember when you said Cat should be traded?
I said no. Said that.
I said no. I said it the other day when we
go
did.
Go watch the Thursday live we did.
Yeah.
Go watch the Thursday live he did. And he said this team is better when it goes through.
It's better when it goes through Cap.
That's not what you said. No,
I never said that. No, let's go back. No,
I
always say Cat. I did not say that the other day.
Because I told him.
No, he said it the other day to you.
Yeah, you're right.
But I'm telling you what's recorded.
No.
We talked Sunday because I told you they should trade Cat.
Yeah, and I said, no.
Cat should be gone.
I said no because they run better when they run through Cat, and that can run free.
I told you why they should trade Cat.
Yeah, and I agree with you because I thought that was a really good point. Yeah. But no, that game he carried that team. That's what I'm saying.
He had 37.
He showed up that game, and he showed up those two the play in.
Bro, you were not saying that. You were
not
saying
that. No,
not
he switched.
No.
And he switched back.
What do you say, Nick? What do you always say about that? It's fluent, right?
Oh
so
no!
Don't bring me your shit, nigga.
If somebody plays well, Q, I know you can relate to me because you done flip flop on the Sixers 18.
I don't flip flop. I don't flip flop on nothing.
You ain't flip flopped on the Sixers.
He trying to bring everybody.
We talking about your shit right now.
Stick to your point. I
bigger than Nino Brown.
I'm the only nigga on this whole program. I don't know. We didn't get Q's takes. I'm the only
I say
nigga who
Knicks.
said like Boston's gonna win that series. Everybody said the Nets. I got it right here recorded, nigga.
So
I
wait,
said
why are we
Knicks.
comparing though? And from what we just said,
I said Boston.
is Trey Young, is Tatum better than Trey Young now? Like they
Who,
were
Tatum?
comparing them, yeah. They were paying last year when Trey went to the Eastern Conference Finals. It was I would take Trey Young, and Tatum hadn't made it to that level yet.
He made it. He made his early. Like,
Tatum has,
yeah, when he was going against Bron, Game 7. He was one dunk away from winning that, going to the NBA Finals and getting swept, just like Bron.
So Tatum,
That's what I mean. That's
so
what
Tatum top 10 now.
I've saw Tatum as an ascending superstar. Others on this program have not.
Okay, so he's not a superstar right now.
He's not until he gets to the Eastern Conference Finals.
If he get out this next round, he
Yeah,
probably
make it to the
if
finals.
he
He
can
plays
beat,
like this-
if he can
this
beat
right
the
here.
Bucks,
He got to make it to the finals, right?
no. He got to beat the Bucks. He got to beat the champs. If he can beat the champs to get to the Eastern Conference Finals, and whatever happens is icing. Because like his path going to the finals would be
They gotta
already
beat
a
the Bucks.
superstar because he would have beat KD and Kyrie. He would have beat Milwaukee, and then he would have beat, I guess we can assume Miami, Philly, whoever you want to say in that row. Like he would have went through all the best. So him getting to the finals is cemented if he
If he makes it to the finals.
Yeah.
if he makes it to the finals, he's a cemented superstar. To me, he'll be a superstar if you can't debate he's not one if he gets to at least the Eastern
He
Conference.
stepped
Finals.
his game up. I was questioning it at first.
I'm more
before
impressed
now.
with Jaylen
He's
Brown,
He's
though.
definitely stepped his game
Jaylen
up.
Brown is to me is
Strong
arguably more
two.
important than Jason Tatum.
So who? So the question would be:
No.
do you think they still need to trade one of them? I don't know who said
No.
that.
I always said keep them
Yeah.
together. I told you they the Marlon and Sean Wayans of the NBA.
Right.
Like,
I wonder
they
if
gotta
the
stay
people,
together.
the people who were saying split them up would still say.
I was
that.
saying that. Right now, Ime Udoka looks like he's such an incredible coach that you don't really have to do that right now. I'm not going to let go of the fact that they may have to choose in the future, but for the foreseeable future, especially if they get past Milwaukee or if they lose with a valiant effort, I am not saying trade them right now, but it could happen still in the future.
I don't think even if he gets to the finals, I don't know if he still would be at superstar status.
Why?
Shit, he's already been to Eastern Conference Finals before, right?
Twice.
And he had his moment, man. When he dunked on LeBron, that was his moment.
My thing is
We ain't talked about Tatum on that level since.
my thing is we need to see more consistency out of Tatum.
We
That's
need
what
to
it
see
is.
him like Giannis. I don't think Giannis is that high on the pole in order for people to like give him credit. KD old as shit right now. So they looking at KD, Kyrie.
He ain't old as shit. Stop trying to spread that narrative.
The
Ken.
fact, the
He ain't
fact
old
that
as
shit.
the thing that impressed
he
me,
rickety.
the thing that impressed me was he shut them out to sweep that team, and I felt like because looking at it, like I remember watching the game, like man, they got a lot of talent on that Brooklyn team to the point where I thought Brooklyn may have been the most talented team in the playoffs as far as talent goes on paper. You know what I'm saying? So for him to sweep them and play the way he did and that consistency,
What's Steph Curry do? Did he do much?
I think
Hell
that last
no.
game he had 20. He scored
Hell
20 in a
no.
couple games.
Kyrie.
Yeah, he scored 20 something in a couple games.
Kyrie.
His shot loop is
Yeah.
becoming weaker.
Either way,
Steph.
like if he beat Giannis,
Yeah.
people don't really give a fuck about Giannis like that.
They do. People say Giannis is the best player in the NBA.
Giannis is not a household name. So
No,
beating Giannis
yeah.
is not gonna do
I'm saying for those the ones in the chat that always saying I don't know shit, they say that Giannis is the best.
I know,
player
I
in
understand,
the NBA.
but when I look at it, like when LeBron was at his peak,
Mhm.
when he dunked on LeBron, you beat LeBron and you go and win a title, man. At that point, they sing your praises. You light skinned, you American, you know. Like,
So
they
you
don't
think,
fuck with you, bro.
you think the
Tatum
window
cousin.
closed on him?
It might be like Booker went to the
Really?
fucking finals and nobody even talking about his
But
ass
he wasn't
anymore.
the leader.
Because it was
back
a
then.
because
he
it was a
wasn't- he
team
wasn't
thing.
alpha.
Say what, Q?
Because it was a team thing. When you got team concept, when the team concept prevails and you just happen to be the best player on that team, you could be a first team All NBA dude, but it don't really change the overall landscape of the
Right.
NBA. You know what I mean? Versus if you are the beast of the East, like Giannis runs, if he goes to, it could happen. Giannis could rail off 6 straight finals appearances. Then we're talking about he was clearly the best guy. No one was fucking with him.
Yeah,
But right
Giannis
now,
get,
we're
like-
at that point.
Yeah, Giannis would have to go on a Golden State type run for motherfuckers to really care about him. The household superstar name type people. Curry was doing some unfucking real shit.
That's true. And
No,
people
so
felt
Curry
they
was.
could-
You
electrifying
gotta
everybody.
break Twitter, dude. You see, know what, Ken? That's a good point because you gotta break Twitter.
Yep.
You gotta break social media. That's when you become like, oh shit, he's the face of the league. And I feel like Anthony Edwards and Trey Young both had that potential to get back to the original question. So it's a really pick 'em. But I just think Trey, once they get a more balanced team around him, because I don't like the team that they have around him. And also, I think the coach is probably going to be gone after this year. I think Trey has a second set of legs that he can get to in an atmosphere that perhaps Anthony Edwards is going to take probably about 3 to 5 more years to get to.
I'm picking Anthony Edwards because he already got some viral moments on it. Them dunks that he was dunking on niggas.
Yeah. Oh
Man, that I forgot which one he did, what team it was, but I think it was Philly. It might have been Philly or somewhere. But I don't know why people say this, but I don't really disagree with it, even though I should. And I'm gonna sound drunk by saying this, but I feel like he gives that MJ energy, Anthony Edwards.
That's what Pat Bev
Yeah, I was gonna
said.
say you sound like Pat Bev right now.
Hey,
Sound like Pat Bev and FIFO.
I might have to be on the table, take my shirt off soon.
Yeah,
Bruh,
I don't see that.
Well,
I
it's
don't know what it
because-
is. It's just that
it's because-
there's a confidence about him that is like, bro, like we could be in every game because of this nigga.
It makes sense though, but the reason that it don't come out like we seen sense because Karl Anthony Towns is there. Like he's still 2. If he was the 1, and to the question about Jaylen Brown and Tatum, I think Jaylen Brown and the reason that it's working for them now because Jaylen Brown understands that he's a 2. Anthony Edwards is not a 2. They just got him.
You think
at
Jaylen
a
Brown
2.
think he a 2?
He know he is. He should.
Yeah.
He's not as good as Tatum.
He does not think he a 2. He accept the 2 role.
I think okay,
But he does not
that's
think
that's a great point. He accepts being 2. He like he do the light skinned nigga shit. Like I'll let y'all let this light skinned nigga think he shining. But I'm gonna go hoop my ass off.
He's after
and
the
y'all
day,
gonna be
nigga. I'm
calling
gonna get
me
my
the
numbers
one.
at the end of the day.
Exactly.
Whatever you call me, I'm gonna get my numbers at the day.
Exactly.
Jason Tatum can't be. Don't tell
Nah,
Jason
you can't
Tatum
even
be a
play
number
with him.
2.
Like you can't even tell him he the 2 because he gonna pack it up. We know how that goes.
Yeah.
But with that being said, I think that's the reason that you wouldn't be able to see that in Anthony Edwards.
Mhm.
I think that's the reason that Karl Anthony Towns should leave, and then that starts to come out of him more. Then we might see him dominate the league in a Jordan type fashion because he does have that type attitude. Like he's the type of dude where you want to see his press conferences and stuff, like you wanted to see with Jordan. Like Anthony Edwards is that type of dude. Now, if we get Karl Anthony Towns out of the way and let him show that, then we might see that.
Towns just need to retire and just be with Jordan Woods. That's because that's what he
That
wants
would
to
be
do at
cool.
the end of the day. He don't want to be out here playing with basketball.
Yes,
He want to be rubbing on some other cheeks.
You didn't watch the interview after they beat Memphis.
He want to wrestle.
They asked him, he was like, hey, so how'd you get your shot? He was like,
I saw that.
gotta go get it.
Yeah, that was really just
Nah,
not.
what had me
really
was when he was trying to
Kid,
rap.
I thought I was the only
Been
one.
watching too
I
much
saw that
wrestling.
interview and I thought it
I
was
busted
really
out
awkward.
laughing. I busted
It
out
was-
laughing.
it was
I busted
really
out
awkward.
laughing. That's all.
I
I
saw
busted
it.
out laughing.
For me, it was like when he was trying to make Minnesota sound hard. Like, yeah, we played at their house, but they ain't come to Minnesota yet.
Oh, yeah.
Like,
That's my
bro,
favorite
shut
one.
the fuck
That's
up.
my,
Talking about
we in
drinking that
Minnesota now.
Do you know where Memphis is at, bro? Like, have you seen
drinking
the first one
drinking
yet?
wine and all that kind of. We're gonna drink some wine and come back tomorrow.
Dude, weird.
Just
man.
everything he been saying been kind of
Kinda
a little
weird.
different.
I think him and Ja are like the perfect verses. Like they the perfect
Yeah.
complete opposites to be playing against each
I
other.
think it's cool the way that dad's.
I like his.
Yeah, that's
I
dope.
fuck
That's
with his
dope.
daddy more
I
than
like
you.
his
Yeah,
daddy.
yeah.
His daddy way cooler than he
Daddy cool
is.
as hell, boy.
His
Hey,
daddy
in fact,
way
I be
cooler.
friends. I be homies with the daddy. Like, bro, your son a punk ass
Hey, the
nigga.
only thing he gave his son was 7 feet. He didn't give him nothing.
Can't come. He be like, I'm
Hey,
finna head out, bro. I'm
yeah.
finna go on and
But,
dip.
but to answer your question, I did never answer. I would take Anthony Edwards over Trey. Because I do think he has a higher upside. I think at the end of things he's gonna be better. I do want him to show that supreme focus though.
Look at him,
know
bro.
he's
He ain't
behind
shit,
it.
boy.
Anyway.
I swear, man.
Pat
Anyway.
Bev
If
been
Pat
shooting
Bev
that
do
thing.
this, that was all. I'm about to say that would be off the
Hey,
strength of Pat
drink
Bev.
drink more water. Akeem wasn't a household name like that.
Are we
Answer your
talking
question.
about Trey and Anthony Edwards as individual players in a vacuum, or are we talking about their careers? Are
I
we
was talking about
the
their
careers.
careers.
rest of their career?
Yeah, I was talking about career.
Oh yeah, I'm still taking Trey because I think his team will probably win more. Yeah, unless Anthony Edwards bounce to LA or New York or some shit to become like a bigger media figure, I think he's destined to just be like that great player in Minnesota. Unless they can
Good player,
put it
bad
together.
team.
You know what I mean? Like unless they could put it together in Minnesota to put like real talent around him, I don't know.
They're gonna have to be smarter. Cause like you said, a talent around him, it can't be around Cat. Like this team built around Cat. And
Yeah.
Cat like
You do a step
doing
back,
step backs
There you
and
go. He
hitting
can
threes.
hit that shit.
Yeah, that's what
but it's soft
He
though.
looks goofy, man.
Because he couldn't blow by him, so he had to do a step back.
he makes shots like that.
I
which
guess.
is crazy.
I guess if you
I mean,
a goofy
he-
nigga, you get goofy shit.
I mean, shit, he lit up down Memphis in that fourth quarter. Like,
Yeah.
they couldn't do shit with him.
They couldn't do nowhere.
Who won that? Did Memphis win that game?
Nope.
Not that game.
Not
Nah.
that game. Okay. Hey Q, man, I gotta ask you a question.
Going into the shit.
Yeah. You already know if I'm asking the question. You already know what city I'm about to talk about. Boy, what's up with Philly, bro? Why are we going to a game 6?
Because we about to blow the series. That's why. About to blow this series, and I can't even lie to you. It's just, it was written. You know, like Nas said. When it comes to Doc Rivers teams, he just does this, man. He does it, but it's a multitude of things. I want to address Doc, and I also Embiid is still he's still my MVP, but.
He about to turn
This
on his boy.
this is a series defining. This is a legacy defining series for Joel Embiid.
Really?
Damn,
Legacy?
I don't-
You calling that out? You pulling the leg out?
Yes. I don't want to hear excuses anymore.
Cue the man.
I don't want to hear excuses. I don't want to hear
Even the
excuses from
he's
Joel
gonna require
Embiid.
surgery. That don't bother you none.
I don't want to hear excuses from Joel Embiid. I don't want to hear it. I'm sorry, because you up 3-0. You talking about James Harden. You talking about James got to be more aggressive and blah 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 blah. I need you to will this series to an end. It's just that simple. If you are the MVP, if you are this dominant, which you should be, stop all the fadeaway jumpers, bro. Do your work early, get down low, and put their little asses in the post and end the series. Get in James' ear behind closed doors. Stop all calling teammates out on, James got to do this, Doc got to do this. Call them out when it's behind closed doors. I don't want to hear anything about no surgery. There are players who Giannis hyperextended his fucking knee in the finals and came back the next game. I don't want to hear about some ligament. I don't want to hear about that, Joe. You're a great player. You're MVP. No more excuses. It's time to win. It's time to win. It's time to stop doing all the all the extra shit. And the issue why this is a legacy series is because you don't want to be the player who talking about, if the media doesn't vote me MVP, they probably hate me, but then be the first player in NBA history to have a team come back down 3-0. That doesn't make any sense. You got to man up and you got to play the game, man. It's just that simple. I believe in him to get it done, but I don't think we're going to get it done. But he got to prove me wrong at this point in time.
So by get it done, you think they're really going to lose the next 2 games?
I really do believe that. I've seen nothing in Doc Rivers' past to disprove that.
You basing that on Doc though, not Embiid. You basing that strolling on Doc.
That's what I was saying. Like, his legacy is different because it's a Doc Rivers team.
I think it's that injury. Embiid hasn't shot well since.
Right.
He has.
And you add on Doc,
Yeah.
who has to try to coach to overcome that.
Correct.
Throwing Harden, who ain't doing shit. Maxey's still a young pup.
See, and that's why I disagree with him as far as legacy and Embiid. I don't think that Philadelphia has done right by Embiid. Like y'all, first of all, y'all gave me bum ass Ben Simmons, and y'all see how that played out. Then y'all gave me the other dude who, Markelle Fultz, who couldn't even shoot for 2 years. Like y'all tanked all of this time and put me around all of these players who were supposed to be the process. I'm the only one that worked out. Now I done ran myself ragged, tearing ligaments out here in the playoffs, giving it all I got. And y'all still surrounding me by washed ass James Harden. Then y'all got Doc Rivers who blow 3-0 leads over here. Like y'all ain't giving me nothing to work with. I could be the best player in the world and I'm still gonna lose up 3-0. Like I just think Philly ain't done a good job at giving him the opportunity like Minnesota does for Cat, who's an idiot, getting tied up under the board right there. But I don't think that Philly has done a good job with putting him in a position to win. So I wouldn't blame it on him and his legacy.
Cat don't have the respect of referees or the NBA.
He shouldn't.
It's clear as day in this series in a playing game. Like they calling like crazy shit on him. But they're not gonna blow this 3-0 lead.
Nah, it's
Alright.
impossible. Philly
It'll be
gotta
hilarious
in
if they
Alright.
do.
there.
And
Man,
I love
I know
how
why you say
I
that
love
too.
how Lou just came onto the program and said the same. He must have felt with the Philly energy in here. The shit that I've been trying to preach for years on this program. You said everything I've been saying in a calm manner.
it's disrespectful.
Because I've been yelling about this shit for a
Yeah,
minute.
it's
And niggas
disrespectful
is-
how they doing it.
I don't never hear you get past Doc.
I don't give a
I
fuck
think-
about Doc.
Bruh.
I'm cool with Austin.
Doc.
Two things. I feel like
Y'all don't even
I
think
feel like
Austin
this.
fuck with Doc. He blew his relationship with his own
That's
son.
bad. That's bad, man. Your son don't
He
like it.
traded
feel
his
like-
son. Yeah, he never
I feel
looked at
like
a nigga
two
different.
Get you,
things.
Dad.
What is that, Q?
Two things can be true.
Okay, man.
I completely agree. I completely agree with every reason that you just said. Because trust me, I've been saying. I just said in the chat earlier today that Philadelphia has failed Joel Embiid for the last probably like 5 years of his career. That to me, that's still independent of this situation. You should, if you are the MVP, you should overcome Doc Rivers blowing this. You should not be starting at the top of the key when you are the MVP. Precious Achua cannot check you. Precious Achua cannot check you. OG Anunoby cannot check you. If you are the MVP, I don't want to hear just a couple weeks ago talking about how I deserve this, and if they don't give me this MVP award, I'll feel like the media hates me. You can't be telling Nick Nurse, to his words, stop bitching about calls. But then you go to the presser when you lose in Toronto, you play like shit, and then you say, oh, well, the refs did what they had to do to force a game. The Boston series, that final game in Brooklyn, the refs did everything to give Brooklyn some life. We all know that the NBA doesn't want to see sweeps. That's an open secret. It's fine. That does not negate the fact that if you are the MVP, if you are capable of doing what I know you're capable of doing, I don't want to hear shit about Doc Rivers ain't, James Harden ain't. Don't be calling your teammates out in the press conferences. Get your big ass in the post and give these motherfuckers 40 points and 15 rebounds. I don't care about no torn ligament. If you're the MVP, do it. It's that simple, and they can't check you. So you don't rely on Maxey. Don't be looking around. It's you, bruh. And if you give me 40 and everyone else is just garbage, then I'm like, Joel gave it everything he had. But don't give me no Precious Achua dancing on you. You look terrible. You look flat. Your legs ain't injured. It's your thumb. Your thumb stop you from playing defense on OG Anunoby at the rim? Come on, bro. That's all I'm saying as a fan. So I just want to see him live up to that potential, bro. Do what you need to do. Giannis, he don't let these niggas get no air. He don't let. He's like, oh, you got one game? Watch this. I'm coming right back on your ass. Joel Embiid, there's questions on his legacy for me with this series because we're going to have to start looking at, we got Ben out the way. We got you, James Harden. Do you have it up here? When times get tough, do you have it up here? You got all the talent, but do you have it up here to close out?
All right.
Damn, bro, Q was he had something to get off his chest today, boy. We gotta talk about one of my homies, man. Somebody I've been trying to promote on here, and B been calling this nigga out in the chat. Well, in our chat, is Donovan Mitchell overrated?
Yes. It's a real quick answer.
Damn.
Absolutely. And he better get out of Utah before people start to realize. Like, he better cash in.
Oh, so you saying it's him?
Yeah.
All right, bro. You can get up off the stage, bro.
Like, the perfect scenario for Donovan Mitchell is finding a way to New York and cashing in on the previous 2 years when he was hooping. For every year in New York, he's going to play 32, 41, 27 games for the next 3 years. That's what you're looking at with Donovan Mitchell.
I actually think he'll be better in Atlanta.
Hell no.
Him
Well,
and
just because
Trey?
they won't care that he ain't playing
Him and Trey,
when he get hurt.
he don't be getting hurt like that.
He just got hurt yesterday.
He had a little hammy. He about to be back in game 5
Better hope so.
Who is?
or game 6, whatever they.
D Mitch?
Yeah, Mitch playing.
No, sir.
He better play.
He's not.
I feel like every year he get hurt in the playoffs.
Nah,
or
he
around
every
the
year
time
he just get bounced out too early. That's what it
That's
is.
hurt too.
His feelings is hurt. That's what it was.
I think he overrated.
Q, you think he overrated?
I think he's properly rated. I don't think
I would
people
agree.
really go up. I don't think people go up for Donovan Mitchell the way that Twitter does and whatnot. Twitter's just one segment of the NBA population. But when you ask most people, who are your top 10 guys? Donovan Mitchell barely even comes up in conversations. People will say, oh, Kawhi. People say KD. People say LeBron, Giannis. People say, you know what I'm saying, whoever, blah, blah, blah. But when it comes to Donovan Mitchell, I think his situation is more so he's being undervalued by his team, and he can do more than what he's being asked to do. But I think he has to be on a team with a better team concept, because they do the same thing every playoff series. Every playoff series, it's funnel the defense into Gobert. But the issue is that teams will be like, okay, cool. No, we're going to go right at Gobert and kick this ball out to the side for wide open, like, shoot-around shots. So you see what Jason Kidd has done is he's figured Quinn Snyder out. He said, oh, shit, these guys can't guard us from the perimeter. So for the last 3 years, I'm going to just do what every other team has done to y'all. The Clippers did it to y'all last year. The year before that, I think Dallas also did it to you. The Nuggets did it to you. Because you think Gobert is this generational rim protector. That's fine. Right into the rim, kick out, threes raining down. He got to go to a team where they have a better mixture of 3-and-D guys, and he needs another first-team guy beside him, which is why I would love to see him in Miami or Memphis or somewhere like that, you know?
Is he overrated? I think I'm kind of on board with what Q said, because they stopped talking about Donovan Mitchell, man, all this year.
Yeah.
They did.
So I think
because they were with the
took
number one
his
seed
ass-
last.
Yeah, they took his ass right back down.
That was the number one seed.
Yep.
So I think we kind of conditions to hate players in Utah. I was going to ask, do y'all think there ever be like a superstar in Utah? Because I hated Karl Malone personally. I don't know.
I couldn't stand.
I think
Karl Malone.
everybody hated Karl.
Everybody hated him, right? So, like, will it ever be anybody in Utah? I think that got a lot to do with why Donovan Mitchell, like y'all said, is kind of properly rated. He ain't on Twitter like as much as we would see other people who are kind of as good as him. And I think it's because he play in Utah. Like, you out here in the middle of, like, you in Utah.
Yeah, that's with the whites.
Yeah, that's the whites.
Yeah, that's where the whites vacation.
Right, yeah, that's where the whites go.
Y'all there with Mitch Romney and shit.
Right.
We call him out that. Mitch Romney.
Nah, I think he's properly rated.
Really?
At first going into it, he was a superstar in my eyes, shit. But now that when you put up the resume, it's like you can't really say that. But I don't think, like Q said, I don't think no one's saying like he's top 5 or top 8, and like this is like what he's been doing has just been bloviated. But it's just more of, if you do bring up his name, you can't really brag about it. You know what I'm saying? You can just say this nigga get buckets.
If you are his agent, you part of his team, was y'all pushed to get him out of Utah?
Oh hell yeah. I think Utah tried to get Dwayne Wade. Just like, hey, look, bro, we'll slide you some ownership. Make sure you keep this nigga around, because we tired of drafting
get out of
niggas.
there fast enough. If I was him,
Yeah.
Shit, even Gordon Hayward had to get up out of there.
And they say, what's the name of that? Jigaboo? Dwayne Wade. Let's get him out here. So like, let's like, dude, like what? Like, this whole Utah situation is so funny to me, because you bring in Danny Ainge, like he did so much good in Boston. Please, the minute that motherfucker left, they look like one of the best defensive teams in the league. And now you just continue to re-up the same type of players. Like I said, there's really nobody on the perimeter for Utah that plays defense. So all you're asking Donovan Mitchell to be in this offense is like a souped up CJ McCollum. And I think he's deeper than that. I think that his bag is deeper than that. I think that his capabilities on defense is better than what he's showing. But he has to do so much for their offensive output. He has to exert so much energy that he can't shine in those limited minutes. I think if you put him next to like a Jimmy Butler, right? If they end up trading like Harold Robinson, somebody else, right? Oladipo, whatever. And then you take a package of first round pick. You put Donovan Mitchell right next to Butler, Bam, and whatnot. He looks like a whole different player. You put him put him next to RJ Barrett and let him just see what that could be. I actually believe in that tandem. Put him in Minnesota. I believe in that. Him and Anthony Edwards would be crazy together. So Anthony Edwards could go to his natural 3 position, and you know what I'm saying, Donovan Mitchell could actually just be the scorer, and he could take bulkier, heavier guards. And I think that he could do something if they put a rim protector behind Cat or beside Cat with like a stretch four. So this whole situation in Utah is really just a failure of management. And I think that he's properly rated, but he could be higher rated if they put him in a better position.
Hey, would you take Donovan Mitchell or Zach LaVine?
Mitchell.
Oh, Mitchell, of course. Zach LaVine ain't shit. At least in my eyes.
They were saying in the chat while we talking about Marcus like it matter. I think it's because you said like he top 10 talent, right? We would agree that Donovan Mitchell's a talented player, but he don't get covered nowhere near as much as players with similar skill set as him.
I mean,
so that's why I think
it is market.
People claim that market don't matter because of the internet and everything smaller nowadays. Market still matter because most of his games at 10-15
no,
half the world sleep.
Winning is what matters.
No, it don't because he was just a number 2
He
seed.
don't win enough. That's what I'm trying to say. He don't get to the playoffs long enough to where you be like, who the fuck is this nigga out of Utah? You know what I'm saying?
You have to make it to the finals for Utah to get like they could go. What was go? They can go 74-8.
If they get to the Western Conference Finals and they face like a big market team like the Lakers or the Golden State Warriors,
face a bigger market team,
they will get that shine. They don't need to get to the finals. They just need to get a moment in the TV schedule where everybody watching them.
For that,
no one's watching them like all the way in Utah unless you're a huge Jazz fan, and no one's gonna watch them deep into the playoffs because they don't get deep into the playoffs.
That's my point. You're right. We're agreeing here. Like they're asking in the chat as to while y'all talking about where is he playing, like it matters. If we're talking about Donovan Mitchell's brand and him being recognized as a bigger star, then he can't play in Utah because like what you just said, they can make it as far as the finals and then it'll be hot for June, just like they were when he was the second seed in the West. And then as soon as the next year roll around and the Jazz start playing at 10-15 Mountain Time, no one's going to care about Donovan Mitchell again. Like, you just can't do that in Utah. Like, it ain't L.A., it ain't Seattle ain't even no team there no more.
Miami.
That's why they ain't no team in Vegas.
I'll say this. We losing sight of Shea Gilgeous-Alexander because of the small market shit.
That's a fact.
And he's
a
great
like
point
Marcus
guard. Like,
matter.
He's a top 10 point guard.
Yeah, Marcus matter. Exactly. That's a great point because Marcus matter.
Yeah, Marcus definitely still matter, and it's deeper than that, man. Like what Sheldon talks about, focus, right? Let's use that word again. When it comes to focus, a lot of these guys look at the NBA as it's just a job. It's just a job now. Like the whole onus of the 80s and 90s was there was really no money for anybody but like 5 guys. So everyone else was just playing for the glory, playing for the fame, playing for the busts in the Hall of Fame and shit. So the overall mode of operation has changed. Guys are doing this for the bag now, but the bag comes along with a lifestyle. And the lifestyle is, where do I lay my head at? Where do I rest at? Where do I go talk to girls at? In Utah? Stop. Like, dog, I want to be on South Beach. I want to go to LA. I want to go to the Bay Area. You know what I mean? I'd rather be in New York City, the city that never sleeps. I mean, Dallas even damn near can be a better spot for him. You know what I mean? So it's like Utah is such a cold, desolate place. It's beautiful at certain times of year, but it's like, dude, who want to be out there with the Mormons all year, dude? No disrespect to the Mormons, but dog, that shit is weird. So it's like Donovan Mitchell. You know what I mean? Like that's shit is weird. I mean, you know what I mean? All shots. But at the end of the day, it's like you want to be in a market where you can have a dude who works in a building right down the street and he can say, yo, come be this guy for this brand deal. I have about 100 commercials that run per day in this city. People gonna know you. I have about 50 national commercials that run every hour, blah, blah, blah. How many capitalist dudes in Utah can get you the same looks as big market cities or big states like California, New York, Florida? It is definitely still a market game, and these superstars are looking for the advertisement.
Facts.
All right, we got a few super chats to get to. We appreciate the super chat love, man. Hey, y'all keep it coming, man. Y'all know what that do to help the channel grow, help us give you more content, better content, help us to keep things running around here. Appreciate the love. Oblivion Radio got us started today. What's up, Oblivion? He said, do you think KD made a mistake for leaving Curry and Clay to join with Kyrie? Retrospect.
Let's get into that, man. Let's get into some KD talk. Everybody know the answer to that. That's easy. Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
In hindsight, it looked that way. I mean, everybody knew it at the time, But it's what he wanted to do, and he was comfortable with the decision. It sounds like he's still comfortable with the decision. So it is what it is.
Wait, what was the question again?
Did he make the
Did
right
he fuck
decision
up?
going from Golden State to Brooklyn?
At the time, I probably would say yes. But in hindsight, I still would probably say yes because Golden State ain't been doing shit since he left either until just now.
But they would have done a lot more with KD.
They would have done a lot more because of him, but it wasn't like at the time when he left, he wasn't leaving because what they could do for him. He was leaving because of what I could do. That's why where I could take my talents. Like I'm good anywhere. That's what he was feeling like.
But he hasn't been.
It hasn't been now, but they haven't been doing much either since he left either. So he was kind of right.
Injuries is what
he got hurt.
I'm just saying, nonetheless,
injuries hurt both.
Injuries, I would say industry.
I'll say that. So injuries hurt Brooklyn, and injuries hurt Golden State.
But didn't he get hurt that last year before he left Golden State?
He did. So and he didn't play the whole.
Still left.
But he didn't play the whole year in Golden State. I mean, in Brooklyn, right?
His first year, he didn't play.
Yeah, he didn't play the first year. So we're only really looking at the last 2 years. So
he was a toe away from the Eastern Conference Finals.
Did Golden State even want him?
He got swept. They wanted him.
Oh, yeah, they did.
They got on the plane.
Not at the price Brooklyn was gonna pay for him, right?
Well, he already wanted to leave.
Yeah,
ain't no point of me asking.
Yeah, I don't think it was the money. I think it was more him, that Draymond thing.
Draymond
wanting to be on his own. But
yeah, you was over here talking about who the I ain't gonna say you because I was saying that shit too. I was like, Draymond, who the hell do you think you are talking to KD like that?
I guess it's
like real talk.
The decision depends on kind of what we were just talking about with the market thing. And I know Golden State's a big market, but with Brandon, I think Kevin Durant knew like he's never gonna be bigger than Steph if he stayed in Golden State. I was never gonna be respected as the second best basketball on the planet at that point in time when he left. If I stay here behind Curry,
by who?
I think NBA people, because if we keep winning these chips, Curry's gonna keep winning rings too.
The only thing I will say to that is that they were giving KD all the credit for coming and winning years that he won.
No, that's what I'm saying. He was Finals MVP the whole time he was there.
Right. They weren't looking at the mother.
They wasn't looking at nobody else.
Agreed.
He was building his legacy,
and he was a superstar way before they were.
But he got hurt. Remember? That's what I'm saying.
I'm talking about in general. Like his profile was big, was bigger than them.
Right.
But he could hear in the back of his head them saying his legacy was tied to joining this championship.
It was because
he joined them.
It was you are KD, but you are winning championship because you went to Golden State.
Because he got a great.
I think that made Curry still like the guy because Curry was generational, like we saying. Like,
it was Curry
kids trying to play like Curry. Curry was everywhere.
I'm telling you right now. I don't give a damn how much team spirit you got. When you see that nigga on the court, you see that nigga on the court.
Let me put it another way then. Kevin Durant know he a better basketball player than Steph Curry.
Correct.
Is he?
There was never a doubt.
Hold on. I knew I wanted to make sure that no one was gonna say this, but I knew somebody would.
What happened?
Is he light skinned? He got to represent.
Is he?
Q? What you say?
I'm just saying, is he?
Absolutely.
Well, not right now.
Even if it ain't even to you, Q. In Kevin Durant's head, it was never a doubt.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That he was a better basketball player than Curry. I feel like he leaves Golden State because I want to be a bigger brand than Steph Curry. And I can never be a bigger brand in Golden State.
That's right.
I got to go to Brooklyn. I got to go to New York. I got to bring my little guy Kyrie with me. I got to be the big dog.
Who has a bigger brand right now?
I got to be the big dog.
Who has a bigger brand right now?
It hasn't worked.
I'm saying who has a bigger brand right now between KD and Steph?
Steph. Because he ain't won in Brooklyn.
Okay. Right.
If they had been the 8th seed this year, had an upset Boston, and had made a run, then boom. You get this whole KD best basketball player in the world narrative all summer
already though.
But see the thing about
Curry
it was
still
like you said,
that
was still Curry's town. It was still Curry on the ticket first, even though he was known as the MVP of that team.
I look at it.
He was still his team.
I look at it like, yeah, this your bitch, but I'm fucking her. You know what I'm saying?
But that
Damn. God damn.
Who's who in
but
this
you got
scenario?
Who was fucking who?
Curry's bitch, right?
Yeah, but KD.
But KD was fucking her for a good 2 years.
But see, KD,
he was the August Alsina.
But you know how KD's mind worked though.
His city.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess it depends.
That is true.
I'm just saying. I'm always more impressed. Like, damn, he fucked your bitch and got away with it.
Yeah, and you're right. But you know how KD's mind works. He wanted to be the man, and all he could ever hear from the prognosticators and the people who did doubt him was that he joined them boys and he got on their stuff. He with them boys. Facts. It ain't got nothing to do with how well he played, how good he is, none of that stuff. All the people that talk bad about him.
You went to Golden State.
Yeah,
but those were
the
facts,
best thing
though.
he could do was to leave and start his own
part of
in Brooklyn in his own legacy. Because he was the first Brooklyn player, if you put it that way. I mean, you know, Kyrie was there, but I'm talking about just.
Oh, you talking about like the brand of? I mean, no one gives a fuck
and
about
even
that
in the
shit.
even in the fuck your bitch scenario, like you saying, yeah, he do.
He
exactly.
care about it.
And even in the fuck your bitch scenario, like you saying, it goes to Curry. Well, I want my Will Smith. I want my family and my wife. So he gonna be in the history books with this town the whole time.
Yes.
It don't matter if you impressed by him fucking the bitch, because he gonna be gone.
Right.
He was the dude, the Plan B dude. No one ever remembers him.
Why? What's the
Curry
first
still hitting the history books and the wedding books? All that.
What's the first thing you think about when you hear Delonte West?
Relax.
Homeless.
Relax.
LeBron James.
I'm just saying, bro. The history speaks for itself. Some names you be like, bro, I remember exactly why I remember this nigga. And it don't matter how great LeBron is.
Hey, he
don't want Delonte
he was the first man to stop LeBron James.
He the first man to make LeBron James a human.
We ain't never getting a LeBron interview. We ain't never getting that LeBron.
Q, what you gotta say?
I said we ain't never getting that LeBron interview. Dog.
Oh man.
Was it the right decision? Yeah, it was the right decision because that's what he wanted to do. There's multiple ways to go about the question, but ultimately KD wanted to leave, so he did what he wanted to do, and that's the right decision for him. If we're talking about basketball-wise, where he probably had the best chance to win, it was definitely in Golden State because the best player on that team was Steph Curry. But regardless, when you look at where his trajectory is as a basketball player for the past 10 years of his career, I think the real question comes down to we need to look at KD and if he's ever had that cape on, if he's ever really been Batman. And I've been saying for years, he's not. He's an additional piece that raises your floor and makes your ceiling just immeasurable. But he's never been the guy from having Russell Westbrook on his team to now. He's never proven to us that he can be the guy to lead a team over the top.
What about when he took? What about in 2012? Didn't he take that OKC team to the finals?
Russell Westbrook was really good in 2012.
Russell Westbrook wasn't what Russell Westbrook was.
But
James Harden wasn't what James Harden was. We ain't know none of them niggas what they were going to be.
Sixth man of the year. Stop.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
But he was MVP potential. That was way bigger than six.
That was LeBron.
KD was that nigga that time.
He did not do that solo, bro.
That was not solo. That was not solo. Russell Westbrook put hell on the Spurs. Then that's bruh. Russell Westbrook, the Spurs.
I'm not saying he did it solo. I'm saying he led that team. He was the leader.
I don't know. I don't know if that's true.
Like he was the leader in that finals.
I don't think he was. I don't think KD's ever been like, bro.
I could give him that. I give him that he wasn't the leader of that team. It was between Steph and Draymond, but he was bona fide the best player on that
series.
I don't think he was. I don't think he's ever been
on the court during that series, that final series.
Right. And you can see the thing.
I don't know. I don't know about that, bro. I think
was the best.
But Q, the thing about it is, and probably what you're thinking,
his
maybe you're thinking like I'm thinking. It's easy when you know you got people doing all the other stuff. You can just do what you do and get it done. As long as he handles his business.
Bro, he filled in the Harrison Barnes role. And this is the reason why he left for Brooklyn. It's not just KD. All right, first of all, KD went to Golden State because there was really no more options. They had Boston. They were calling him. He was like, Isaiah Thomas, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. They're young as hell. IT small. I can't really count on him. I really want somebody else. who can also carry the load. I can't count on these two young pups to come into their own the next 2 years. This is ring time for me. So that option was off the table, but he still took the meeting. You got Miami, they didn't have any cap. You got the Lakers and the Knicks. They were a fucking mess. So you basically just have Golden State or you re-up with Russ. So you're like, let me go get these 2 rings and see what happens after that. And then reason why he left is because he already made his connections in Silicon Valley. He got his business shit done, the 35 ventures and whatnot. Went to New York to make his media company bigger because that's the media capital of the planet now. And beyond the whole Draymond calling him, bitch and whatnot, like we all know what that is. But in my opinion, even on that team, even on that Warriors team, Steph was the best player and KD was not the leader. KD scored. He scored the easiest. He was on par with Curry in terms of talent. But the best player on that team is evident by how they were playing defense on them.
You said on par with Curry as far as talent. What do you mean by that? What talent does Curry have that's on par with KD and vice versa?
On par meaning like when you look at the defenses that were being played on that Warriors team, they were doubling Steph. They weren't doubling KD. Mm-hmm. Because Steph is the most dangerous player on that team. He's the best player on that team. He's the guy who. I mean, the history will show that he's led a team to multiple Western Conference Finals, and KD has to have another Hall of Famer beside him to do that. Klay Thompson wasn't Klay Thompson until Steph became Steph. Draymond wasn't Draymond until Steph became Steph. KD has had multiple Hall of Famers on his team. He hasn't led a team to a finals and done anything yet. And this is because he's not Batman. He doesn't have the cape on. He didn't lead the team to the finals. Russell Westbrook and James Harden.
You saying Russell Westbrook led that team, OKC team, to the finals?
I'm saying that those were 2 dogs. That's the reason why he left OKC is because it was 2 lions, and Russ thought he was just as good. He had great games. He had 40-point games, triple doubles in the playoffs, and KD left because of the shot selection, and he left because the offense was bad. James Harden, all they had to do was pay him $4 million in luxury tax, and they still have a big 3 in OKC probably right now, or up until a couple years ago. So you see him put together big 3s in Brooklyn. That fans out. He's hurt every year. He's getting older. And I love KD, but he's never been LeBron. And I can make a case he's never been the best player in the league ever. But we do that a lot because we see him be 7 foot and he can score a lot. He's not even the best scorer ever. And people give him that. He's not better than Kobe or Mike.
Wow.
And I love KD, but we gotta stop this, bro. We're doing a lot. Wow. I do love KD, but we give him a lot. We give him a lot.
We got to take him down, Nick.
What?
Did you not?
So hold on. Hold on.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I'm holding on. Go ahead. Ask your question.
Because he got swept in the first round, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. We're saying he ain't shit now, and he ain't never really been shit.
So
3-1.
So either you're gonna come on board and say he old as shit, and that's why. Or we have to really put that in totality with his resume as a player. We go back to when he was the guy at OKC. Everybody remember when he was missing those clutch free throws. If I recall, didn't he miss some clutch free throws last night?
They was down 3-1. The Warriors was down 3-1 to the
Did we forget
Thunder.
That? Did we forget how poorly KD has shot in fourth quarters when his team needed him? KD is great when things are going good for him. When he has the super team around, the fucking X-Men, the fucking Avengers. Mm-hmm. KD by himself, and Russell Westbrook took all the blame for that. But when they were up 3-1, I really recall KD missing a lot of goddamn shots.
Mm-hmm.
What's your response, Nick?
I'm
the
stunned.
history there, bro.
I'm seriously stunned over here.
And then you go like, his foot was on that damn line.
Woo! Y'all missed it. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah,
y'all gotta see
it.
Y'all gotta see
in the
it.
chat that Ja did something.
Y'all
crazy.
gotta see it. I was just about to say how hurt he was, but y'all gotta see.
He
it.
had bunnies.
Oh my gosh, that's the one right there. Please re-show that again.
So you know they are.
Oh my god!
You had to see that in real time though.
Why do people mess around with
you gotta see that in real time. Like if you saw that in real time,
he's always
reach the second.
Hold on. Are they down by 11?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. I was just about to say something. Don't look right.
We'll only talk about the results when the
No.
results are final.
The game ain't over yet, so I'm just
Yeah.
saying. I'm just still.
But the
shocked.
Hawks gonna come back. Say Trey's struggling, man.
Yeah.
Your point.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about
Now
Trey in a
keep going.
minute.
I just want to hear all this KD hate.
It's
I
not
just didn't
but
realize
I'm
it was
just saying,
I didn't realize it was in this room.
No. It's. Look, we have to evaluate and call it for what it is. If this was any other motherfucker, we'd be talking about it. They were saying KD was the best player on the planet. Skip,
We know
Stephen
why he
A.
was saying that though.
Stephen A.
Bro.
Yeah.
All these motherfuckers. They did the same thing with Kawhi Leonard. When Kawhi went and got the luckiest championship in NBA history.
Whose championship more lucky? His or LeBron's in LA?
Kawhi. Because everybody got hurt. And we see what happened with
You
him.
mean to tell me?
I agree, Ken.
The best player you got to face is Jimmy Butler. That ain't a lucky.
It still don't
in
matter.
an open gym in the YMCA in Florida.
They tried to say he was the best player.
player.
And we saw what happened to him. Like, LeBron has been the best player for years. He's on the decline now. That's now Giannis.
Okay.
You know,
So it was LeBron.
and probably
it's
between
LeBron,
Giannis and Embiid.
It's LeBron and Giannis as far as the whole time that LeBron's been in the league, KD's been in the league, and now Giannis has been in the league.
KD was right there. He was like top 3.
So
he was still
so,
lighting
like,
motherfuckers
Are you
up.
agreeing with Q that he was never the best player in the league at one point in time?
No,
That's
he
crazy.
wasn't.
That's crazy.
He wasn't.
Are you
Not
agreeing
while
with
LeBron
that?
was in the league.
It's
he
a
was not the best
fact.
player in the league ever.
It's a fact, bro. It's a fact. And this is not hate. This is all facts. I love the game. I love KD. I don't hate KD. I don't hate anything about that man. But we have to just call a spade, bro. Like, we've seen him get frazzled by the Spurs. We've seen him get frazzled by Memphis. When Russell went down, they had to face the Memphis Grizzlies. You saw what happened.
Yep.
They made him pass the ball, and he looked like a guy who is simply a prolific scorer. You probably are the 3rd greatest scorer of all time, but you not Kobe or Mike in that regard, because Kobe and Mike were seeing that type of defense from Boston times 10 in the 90s, in the early 2000s, in the mid 2000s, and they were scoring on turnaround jumpers off one leg. So you 7 feet and you clanking off the front of the rim and the back iron. I get it, bruh. You're probably tired. I know Kyrie's fasting. I know it's Ramadan. I feel you. Yeah. But if you are the best player in the world, you got to give me at least 1 or 2 games, dude.
Yeah.
And 16 points, 39 points on 31 shots. You can't make the free throw. We've seen who KD is. He's a prolific player with major flaws. And every player has flaws. LeBron's flaw is free throw shooting, clutch shooting, even though he's way more clutch than people give him credit for. But every player has their flaws, and KD's flaws, he's a bad playmaker, and he crumbles when he's forced to be the guy.
Can I? Who's the best? Who's been the best player in the world? Like recently, like give me a couple of examples. LeBron being one, of course. Mm-hmm. Who else would you say, if not KD, has been that person?
To me, LeBron from 2009 to 2018 has been the best player in the world. From 2018 to now, I think it's been a mixture probably of probably Curry or Giannis, but probably Giannis.
Oh wow.
I'm just listening. I ain't gonna say nothing.
Well, do me a favor in the chat by responding yes or no. Has KD ever been the best player?
No, they've been saying no all this whole chat.
I
They
just
on your
want-
side.
I can't
They on your
believe
side.
you.
Yeah, I just want them to kind of
I
vote.
think we just prisoners of the
Bro,
moment.
that's what I'm saying the same thing too.
Okay,
There's
so
no way.
what-
I'm just that's
what year
I'm
was he
like.
best player?
Any year that he's saying Curry or Giannis was better than Durant is, I just don't see how that's true. Now, we give LeBron a lot of credit for manipulating the front office to his benefit and being in the finals for 10 years straight. And I think that's something that KD has been unwilling to do until he made that move to Brooklyn. So that's why we don't give KD as much credit, like you were saying, as being the best player in the world, because he's not willing to do some of the things on the executive side that LeBron was willing to do. But if he was willing to do that and shake up teams and do the things that LeBron did, then he probably would have been in the finals right there with LeBron every year. He just wasn't willing to do that. All he wanted to do was play basketball. Now, you're right. He does have flaws. Like you said, every player has flaws. But I still don't think that took him from being the most skilled player in the world, like when we talk about on the court. Now, when we talk about clutch genes and winning and something, those things, maybe I could agree with you in some sense. He don't have those, but as far as the best basketball player, if it wasn't LeBron, it was KD. I don't ever see a year where it was Steph Curry or Giannis when KD was in his prime. I don't see that.
Let me read this super chat because we got to get back on it. But this one is, y'all just want to fuck with me on this one. The Lakers KB24 says KD is just Carmelo with 2 rings.
Yo,
I couldn't wait to get to that one. I just saw that one.
I
don't know how to think about that.
I will read it.
Don't do that.
They might be right.
I know you would say that.
Maybe.
Y'all y'all, man.
When somebody said what is skill? Skill is a 7-footer being able to pull up from 3, like handle. He can grab the rebound, take it up court, and pull up from 3, then D you up. And I ain't gonna say he's a rim protector, but he can do enough guarding positions 2 through 4, 5
2 through 4.
in today's NBA.
Yeah,
5.
That's skilled. Like he's never been not the most skilled player.
He was blocking shots in
But
this playoff.
That's what I mean when I say
you,
skill.
I don't think that makes you the best player though, because Kyrie is probably the most skilled player on the planet if we're talking about just offensively.
I think Lou was talking about a mixture between physicality and skill.
I was just about to say,
like,
so
that's talent. Like
Kyrie
talent.
can't be the best player, like you said, because if I'm a more skilled 7-footer, I'm gonna have an advantage on him. Durant was 7 feet tall doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole thing when we can go back to the beginning when we talking about Trey and Anthony Edwards. The reason I'm taking Anthony Edwards and the reason big works in the NBA because it's more durable. Like these little guys, they're going to get hurt in the playoffs and stuff. Sometimes you can make it through, but you can go all the way back to Iverson. Look at Chris Paul. He's never made it through a playoff series. So when we get to talking about those things, the reason I can't put Kyrie in there, you're right. He has a lot of skill, but he's a little dude. Like he's disappeared these last 2 games.
Yeah, but so did Kevin Durant.
KD was the best player in the NBA. Them 2 titles he won.
That's so cap because it's like
he was the best player in the NBA.
That's like saying that's like saying
not even that was a what a time to be alive.
Nick,
that's how. It took 4 people to beat LeBron.
Yeah, LeBron was the heavy lifter.
LeBron was the best player then,
all that time.
We almost got to exclude LeBron from this conversation, in my opinion. Like LeBron, I don't think that there's been a year in the league LeBron ain't been the best player.
I did, but I will.
LeBron's been the best player every year he's been in the league since maybe his 3rd year in the league.
And that's what I'm saying. From like 2009, because I think Tim Duncan and Kobe had those 2 years where they were going back and forth from like 07, 08. But 09 was when LeBron arrived. From 09 to like 20, from 09 to 2017, I gotta give that to LeBron. 2018 to now, I gotta say Giannis just because. I don't think first of all, how can you be the toughest nigga if you go get a bunch of gang members to beat people up for you? That shit don't make sense. Like that shit.
See, look, I'm looking at you. I'm assuming you're from a similar generation as me. You using old standards though. He's from a new generation. That's what they do. Like that's a part of what they do. So you can't get mad and judge him by how we grew up or standards that we know. For something that he does in new generational times. I get you. I don't like it either. I didn't like that at all. But that's what they doing. And that's one of the things when you like, oh, that's what y'all doing now?
I'm not mad at him going to Golden State. Everyone threw a fit, but I was like, bro, him and Russ not gelling. He gets to go into a straight movement flow type of offense. And that's ultimately why he left, because he felt like Steve Kerr was crutching him too much to that offense, and he wanted to be more free flowing. So now, if you more free flowing in Brooklyn, and you and Dr. Umar with handles is going over there doing what you need to do, then it's like, why are you getting your ass beat 4-0? You got Jason Tatum locking you up. You making the Dark-skinned brothers look crazy. It's like, come on, KD, you give me one game. First game, he looked terrible. Second game, terrible. Third game, Fourth game, all right, cool. Bad percentage, but you tried. And I give you that. I know you're going through a lot, probably with the minutes that they were asking you to play just to even get into the playoffs. So I commend him for this effort. But we just gotta, not everyone here, but in terms of NBA fans, we have to be more, and you may think I'm not being in the moment, but we gotta be more like overview with this shit. And I think that updating your resume counts for something. But if you just look at every single playoff scenario in which KD has had to be that man by himself or a guy riding on his bus, like Charles Barkley said, the bus break down every time.
Yeah. He had a chance last year. He stepped on the fucking line. It's always something. He always comes up short.
Yeah.
But Kyrie need to get some of the smoke too.
Yeah.
Kyrie deserves a lot of this.
Kyrie been getting his ever since he left LeBron.
Kyrie need to get a shot. Kyrie apparently needs to get a shot still because I don't know if that mandate is going.
Here's the thing: you can't basically work half the year, and then at the end of the fucking season when you get swept, come out. Oh yeah, maybe that wasn't the best idea. What?
We didn't have the right chemistry, nigga, because you wasn't here.
Right. The nerve of you.
The thing is, though, Kyrie been rolling the dice, and he been coming up sevens a lot, though. You know what I mean? As far as, like, everything he's been doing has worked in his favor. So I can easily think of him just thinking, like how? I could come back and be balling. Like, I was dropping 50 when I first came back.
What has worked in his favor? Leaving LeBron hasn't? Or leaving Cleveland? Or leaving LeBron?
Well, I'm saying as far as
going to Boston didn't.
I'm saying he's always been in a best situation. It's always just up to him at the end of the day. But the situation, like the way he forced himself out of Cleveland, he ended up in Boston with Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown. Like that didn't work out. I'm just saying, like,
he made
situationally, like if you rolling the dice, like he could have got sent to Utah or Indiana. You know what I'm saying? He got sent to Boston. It didn't work out because of him. Okay, cool. He left there and went to Brooklyn. Then he had KD and Harden to come join him. It was like, bro,
nah, you spraying some perfume on some shit. No,
right I'm not saying he's not doing what he's doing. I'm not excusing him. I'm just saying, like, I can understand.
You're saying that he landed in some fortuitous moments.
Yes,
but at the same time, he fucked up Cleveland. He went. Even take your scenario. But Boston. He went to Boston like, oh, you can't get any better than this. He fucked that shit up. Yeah. Then he leaves Boston, goes to Brooklyn. And then he gets in this Dr. Umar shit, like you said, and he fucks that up.
But he doesn't take. But what I'm considering is that he doesn't.
And people are less forgiving now.
He doesn't take himself, like he doesn't hold accountability for himself and his actions. He's always looking outwards.
So if
you don't think you ever done anything wrong, everything else that you see objectively looks right?
No,
based off his decisions, him not taking a shot worked out in his favor because he didn't have to take a shot and he still hooped.
No, it did not. You know why it didn't work out? Because he said it didn't work out.
No. I'm saying, like,
it didn't work out because
in the moment it worked out for him.
No, it didn't though.
No,
because he said at the end of the season we lacked cohesiveness.
I'm saying
we weren't cohesive because you weren't here because you didn't take the shot.
I get that he failed. I'm not saying he didn't fail. I'm saying based off of his logic and reasoning, he doesn't understand shit until it's literally over.
But how does that roll in?
So everything he does up until that point, he believes he's right.
Until he's not right.
But I'm saying every situation he put himself, every risk he took worked out until it was on him to make it work, and it didn't work.
No, man. That makes no sense.
I don't know. Y'all know what you mean.
Like, I love Kyrie.
I get what you're trying to say.
You know what I'm saying? Like
he didn't end up in an awful situation. He kind of messed it up himself. Right?
Like he messed it up himself at the end of the day.
Boston should have been a great situation.
Exactly.
He always messes it up.
Right. That's he's saying that. He's saying that he
a lucky motherfucker.
Yeah,
that's what
he's
I'm
lucky.
Say.
No.
He's lucky to end up in these places, but he's ruining it by him. Like he would have been great in Brooklyn if he had played ball all year. If he had been present.
Like those are lucky situations. Like how many people can be in those situations?
Present is a good word. He lacks presence.
Yeah.
He don't because even in the thing with Boston, he don't understand why the fans and shit mad at him. Like, he don't understand, well, I left, I thought, on good terms.
Yeah.
No, my nigga, you said that you were going to be here for a long time. You wanted the young players to buy into what you had going on, like you was finna have roots here, and then you dipped on them. So that's why Boston don't like you. And now you miss half the season because you don't want to take a shot, which is your choice in Brooklyn. But then at the end of the season, when you see it don't work and you guys needed to play together, you ain't actually that good where you ain't got to hoop all season together, can't just come together like the Avengers and beat people in the playoffs because this is the NBA. And they realize, oh, shit, damn, I should have took the shot. We could have played together. Probably wasn't going to be that bad.
Child time.
Nobody's holding him accountable. He ain't present enough to understand, hey, you're the reason this shit is happening.
Exactly. He's never really been held accountable. That's why he keeps believing what he's doing is right.
Right. Y'all niggas hating on Farrakhan Irving, man. I don't know what y'all talking about.
I'm here for the message, man.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
We're going to get on with the super chat. Right before we get on with the well, I'll get to that later. We'll get to that. Man. Oblivion Radio says, what's a good team that can fit Donovan Mitchell?
Miami,
Atlanta.
New
you
York.
said Miami. You said Atlanta. You said New York.
Yeah, I blow the whole thing up.
Miami, man. I think he would be great in Miami. In that Pat Riley tree, him and Spoelstra system, whew, he'd be crazy.
Lakers.
Yeah.
I was finna say send that man to LA with
Send
Bron.
him to the Lakers with Bron.
I was thinking
For send Anthony
Damn,
Davis.
Atlanta.
Send Anthony Davis to Utah.
Damn,
Minnesota too.
without Jimmy.
Him and Ja would be kind of crazy too if they could.
I was
make
thinking that.
work.
I was thinking that very thing.
Yeah, because they need a score.
They don't need him.
Bane is not this fucking good, bro.
Yes, he is, Ken. I'm trying
Yeah,
to
he's
tell
goddamn
you.
good.
Bane
trying
be
He
out
can
there-
play, but he ain't this fucking
Bane
good.
be out there
I'm
like
trying to
NBA
tell you, Ken,
Jams.
he don't care.
He's on fire.
That was real caddish of him.
Nah, he's not this good. He had a hell of a series. But he ain't this
Adrian
fucking
Wells,
good.
what's up, Adrian Wells? He said, "What's good, everyone? How y'all doing?" I missed that earlier. What's good, Adrian? Mr. T said, "We ready to admit KD ain't that guy without Golden State Warriors." Mr. T, that's what we just answered. But you're exactly right. We just admitted that.
Just rewind that
And-
back
and
like
further-
10 minutes.
And the further Golden State go, woo-wee.
Yup. Abel K, he joined members only club. Ken, tell them how they can join the members only club. Appreciate that, Abel K, for joining your boys. If you have not joined yet, Ken, tell them how they can get on.
Just on the desktop version, youtube.com/Dennis Sports, man. You'll see the join button right there. You can't miss it. I think also on the mobile version, it's like right where the super chat button is at.
Ken getting tired of you telling him to say the tagline.
He always that's his line. So yeah. I'm gonna tell you to say it.
Hey, I'm gonna go right to Ken.
Yeah. What is it, kid? I should ask Spike to say it. Adrian Wells said, "How about them Celtics? Them Duke and Tennessee boys different. Jason Tatum, Brandon Ingram, Grant Williams, and Seth Curry showing out. Duke players are better after they're gone."
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
you know what? Props to the because I know a lot of people aren't really talking about what the Celtics have done or did. They're really highlighting what Brooklyn didn't do. But shout out to the Celtics, man. Like they faced a lot of adversity. I did not pick them to win this series, and it was looking that way. But every time they were down double digits, they clawed their way back, which makes what Brooklyn did even worse when you have a 17-point lead and Kyrie's doing this and Nash don't call a timeout to get at least a better shot attempt.
Steve Nash was just taking.
I'm still not,
and he coming back.
Still
Bruh,
not hearing.
like,
they said he coming back.
We was real hard on KD. Steve Nash ain't getting enough criticism.
No,
man, he's just standing over there. Like he literally was like us, like watching TV, clapping. He was Jason Garrett of the NBA. That's exactly what he was. It's Jason Garrett of the NBA.
You're exactly right. It's all the blame has been going to Ben Simmons. He's been getting the most TV time. KD, a little bit to Kyrie. And ain't nobody mentioning Steve Nash. I'm talking about the national media. There's nothing. There's just nothing
Nick,
there.
Nick Wright been on his ass. Nick Wright been on all the white men that ain't
Wright,
really. That's
Nick Wright called a white man.
Hey, he called the white man. That's what he's supposed to do. That's what the white man's supposed to do.
Yeah.
Nick Wright will call a white man.
Now, the underrated thing about all.
You don't like Nick Wright.
He wants to be black.
He got a black woman.
Yeah, he
I'm
wants
gonna
to
say
be
you
black.
seen his wife.
Yeah, I heard he got a black wife. That's why he was rocking the low cut.
Yeah.
Yep.
That was when he was still
He
courting.
said she hate his hair now. She hate the white boy look.
I hate it too. It look weird.
Yeah, he definitely.
The one you mentioned, the Celtics being an underrated team that's been talked about. It's the Pelicans. Because if Chris Paul loses this series,
that's the most
oh
surprising.
boy, you talking about the KD hating slander that y'all spewing now?
Pelicans are not being under.
And
I'm telling you,
and I don't
Deservedly
know
so, too.
who on this show, but some people owe CJ McCollum an apology on this show. I can't remember which one was dogging him. Somebody was. Tell us in the chat because a lot of people dog CJ McCollum.
I mean, I know.
Shit, Sheldon. It was Sheldon. It was probably you. Goddamn.
No,
like,
absolutely
we,
not.
We don't remember.
I made fun of him.
It may have been FIFO. It was never me.
I made fun of him, and I still would.
It was never me.
Because they still the Pelicans. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't.
The Pelicans gonna win this series probably. The Pelicans are probably gonna win this series because CP he's in his advanced age, man, and they don't have nobody else who can get their own shot.
He ain't in his advanced age. Don't give him no excuses.
The
nigga.
same smoke that KD getting then when y'all saying he wasn't the best this and he wasn't the best that.
He dropped.
Chris Paul ought to be getting the same smoke.
Chris
if they
Paul
lose
just
these
dropped
series.
in game 2 or something. Didn't he drop like 35,
Who?
6 and 8 or some shit?
That's
Chris
all
Paul.
he had.
That was
Oh,
it.
oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
that was
they-
it.
He did
Chris
drop only 2
Paul-
points in one of them games.
That was it, bro.
Yeah.
Hey, because they call him the point guard. I don't hear nobody saying that. Where the worshipers at?
Right, yeah.
'Cause
All these
I don't see.
Chris Paul's the best point guard since Magic Johnson. I
That-
don't
yeah,
hear
yeah,
none of that shit.
They're
now.
exactly right.
He
FIFA,
is.
FIFA the one that dogs CJ, and FIFA the one that celebrates Chris Paul. Chris Paul is really
He's
good.
good. He's really good.
He's a Hall of
But-
Famer.
Size in
Chris
the
Paul,
NBA, go back to
36
size.
years old.
He's the
Yeah.
He's the
Yeah,
Dan
he's-
Marino
yeah.
of the NBA.
like Nick like to say he's long in the tooth now, but he it's hard for him to maintain that. What he did in game 1, that's gonna be very difficult for him.
Bro,
to do.
Damn,
CP
Miami,
CP's
God
great, man.
Dang, Trey.
CP is
What happened?
CP
They
is
lost.
all time.
They
CP
lost
all
without
time.
facing Jimmy.
Yep.
And we gonna get to that. That was gonna be my next thing I was gonna bring up too.
What's that?
Trey Young tonight. Let me read Trey Young's stat line tonight.
Here you go.
Just what
He said,
Here you go.
Trey Young's stat line: 2 for 12 in field goals, 0 for 5 from 3,
Mm.
and he scored 11 points in a
Damn.
closeout game.
Close out.
Game before this, he had 9 points,
He
8 points,
tried.
8 points.
He said that Miami is guarding him harder. What was it? He was saying that he hasn't been.
He
guarded
hasn't
this
faced a
hard
defense like
high
this
school.
since high school. Yep.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So
So he ain't face no defenses.
so
That's what he said.
so let me ask this question one more time. I'm gonna pose
I'm
this
listening.
again: Luka or Trey? Because
Trey.
I heard this
Trey.
week y'all saying Trey.
I still
Trey.
would say Trey over Luka.
Y'all better get
Trey.
Y'all better
Because
get
at
out
least
of here with
I've
that.
seen
Trey.
Trey take.
Y'all better
Luka
get
might
out
not
of
even
here.
get out the first
Y'all
round.
better
Shut
get
up.
out
We
of
ain't
here.
starting
Yeah,
this
yeah,
shit.
y'all better get out of
We
here.
ain't start.
bro.
The title of the show is "Will Luka finally get out of the first
Y'all
round?"
better
We
get
are
out of here
not
with that.
And
starting
and
this
Sheldon-
shit.
Did
Sheldon,
y'all
what-
not see
Nah,
Luka
Sheldon,
last
Sheldon,
night?
You said, "What have you done for me lately?" and all that shit, right?
Yes.
What has Luka done up until this point?
Did you see him last
Nothing.
night?
I'm just saying, what has Luka done up until this
Did you
point?
see him last night?
See
I
how he
saw him
does?
last night.
Lately, what have you done for me lately? Did you see
So you
him
talking
last
about
night?
just game?
Luka
You're going
is
off
not the
game?
reason
I'm
why
talking
they
about
up in
Luka's-
this.
this
Is
whole
Luka
year.
is Luka the reason why they up in this series?
No, he missed the first
Thank you.
3 games.
No more questions,
He
Your
missed
Honor.
the first 3
And
games.
also,
questions, Your Honor.
is Trey the reason why the Hawks were even in the playoffs?
Yes.
Is Trey the reason
What?
they going home?
What? Oh my god.
Is Trey the reason they going home for these last 2
Is
games?
Luka,
Oh
Trey
my
ain't even scored 20
god.
in 2 games
has
combined.
Luka made it out of the first round?
19 in the
Has
last 2
Luka made
games.
it out of the first round?
Bro.
Trey
Bro.
didn't make it out this
Has
Hold
one.
up.
Luka
Order,
made it?
order, hold
That's
up.
a no.
He about to make it out this
That's a
one.
no.
Order,
He about to make it.
order,
You know why
order
he's
in
gonna
the
make it out of
court.
this one? Possibly.
And
It's
he
because
scored
Donovan Mitchell is playing like shit.
Why
He
you gotta
scored
shit on
8
Donovan
points
Mitchell?
in no series.
Order, man.
Don't mention Donovan Mitchell. Just say Luka go possibly get out.
D-Mitch had 9 points. If D-Mitch
Man,
He was
listen.
hurt.
and that team was any better, Luka would be going his ass
Did-
home. And Luka's not even responsible. Everybody else did the fucking hard work. Jalen Brunson is the best player on that team.
Vote in
Jalen-
if y'all would be vote in the chat. Y'all just put Luka or Trey. That's all we need. We're gonna go back and tally that up
I ain't
later.
gonna lie.
Said Brunson the best player.
Brunson.
Jalen Brunson is going off,
Oh,
bro.
Did y'all
Brunson
see?
gonna get max money.
Hey,
Did y'all
and
see?
let's-
Yeah,
low-key-
he about to get paid.
Low key, Johnson. If Brunson the best player on the Mavs, the Jordan Poole the best player on the Warriors.
Hey, nah, hey, chill out. Chill
Hey,
out,
we're gonna
chill out.
do that to all unknown team. We're gonna do that.
Yeah, y'all gotta chill,
Trying to
man.
prop up Luka. Luka ain't done shit in the playoffs. He's blown
He
a
went-
3-1
He scored
lead
30. He scored 30 and 34
Hey,
points.
up to
You know,
this
is the-
point.
this is
He
the
done
first
had a
time-
double-double in
He's
both the
shown-
games he's
He's
played.
always done that, and it never got him any fucking
So you know
win.
that this last game was the first time he won a home game.
Talk about it.
Let's be real though. The Mavs suck though.
We ain't
They-
even.
the
Don't
Mavs
worry about that.
sorry.
Don't
They're
worry
not
about that.
sorry.
They sorry with
They're not,
Luka.
they're not sorry.
Man,
Luka has help. Luka has help. I'm sick of that narrative. Luka has help. Luka has great players on his team, man. Maxi Kleber is locking the fuck up in this
Wait,
series.
Before you go, if you switched out and put Luka on Atlanta's team from last year that Trey Young
I rest my case.
took to the Eastern Conference,
Atlanta
they
don't
probably
make the
would've went to
playoffs.
finals.
Atlanta don't make the playoffs with Luka
No,
on their
Dallas
team.
wouldn't have made the
That's-
playoffs with
yeah,
Trey
you,
Young.
yeah, you can go. on with
Dallas makes the playoffs with Trey Young.
that.
Yes.
They'll make the playoffs with Trey, but they ain't gonna go far with Trey either. They'll be out in the first
Did
round.
they go far with Luka?
I'm saying that they would be in the same place, and so would the Hawks.
I think they'll go
Huh?
further with if
No,
Trey
they
was on that
wouldn't.
team last year, they wouldn't have blew a 3-1 lead.
No, they wouldn't. Julius
They
Randle
would've
with
been up 3-1.
Julius
Yes, they
Randle with a
would've.
bully
Absolutely
Luka.
not.
Julius
Absolutely
Randle with a
not.
bully Luka Doncic. Are you crazy? Nah, bro.
do
Nah,
you
we're
watch
not
Luka
doing this. Do you watch Luka play? Because last time I checked,
Absolutely.
when that nigga came,
Absolutely, I watched
when that
Luka.
nigga came back, they
Absolutely,
lost the
I watched him.
game.
What?
I said when he came back, they lost.
Yeah, they lost that game. They
Okay.
sure did. What was him? He had 30 and 10. I watched
So
him play.
he's
played
one.
well.
So he's 1 for 2.
He played well.
So he's 1 out of 2 is what you're saying.
What I'm saying is he played well in the game.
Okay, all
lost,
right. So what you're saying is he's 1 out of 2.
Did you watch that
so
game, Q?
Luka Doncic is not the player Trey Young is, bro. He's just not.
Absolutely
like,
not. He's better.
He is not.
How can you be better when you ain't even won a home playoff game until
a
this?
multitude of ways. He's not.
So scoring's the only thing.
You die by the 3, and you've seen it just now. They just
Stop.
died to a Miami Heat team
Stop.
the Miami Heat superstar.
Stop.
And he couldn't even get. He couldn't even
Trey
get
Young.
on standards for this.
Stop.
So
Trey Young.
what's the excuse?
The excuse for what?
11
That they just lost. They just lost to the number 1 seed.
All right, let's
They lost to the number 1. No. Let's stay right. Let's stay right here. Because what we not about to do in this shit is act like Luka Doncic is this revelatory basketball player when the nigga ain't won a home playoff game until this year. Trey Young put his team in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, going toe-to-toe against Giannis. And now this year, where everyone saw them coming, they had injuries abundant this whole year. The coaching is probably questionable. The roster around Trey Young is not where it needs to be.
I'm still competence, Q.
That's not excuses. That's sports. That's not excuses. That's sports. That's sports. You need competent people around you to do what you need to do. Trey Young is really Trey Young is a.
So when Luka was getting them triple doubles and losing those home games, whose fault was that? That was his.
Whoa. Luka didn't even show up in those games. In the fourth quarter,
didn't show up.
Stop. No, in the fourth quarter, dog. Are you serious? Are you serious?
In the game they lost to close out that series. He scored 45 points at a triple double.
In the fourth quarters,
I don't think
are you?
Did you watch that game?
Bro, you keep on asking me you keep asking me do I watch these games? I don't think you watching the end of these games because if you see the end of these games, Luka Doncic is choking the shit out of these games.
Which game were you talking about? You talking about the last game against the Clippers last year?
The Clippers series couldn't win a home playoff game. What are you looking at? That makes you say he's
not. Wait. Did he not score 45 points in that last game?
Fam.
45 points and he not showing up.
And what does that?
He could care less about.
And what does that get you?
I'm just trying to end this so we can read
How many?
Because I'm sick. No. See what I'm sick of is niggas killing James Harden for the same shit Luka Doncic does.
Talk about it.
I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that. I'm sick of that, bro. He come into shape fat as shit, and we don't say nothing. He just work on his stats a little tween, step backs, and everyone's like, oh my God. Meanwhile, you got niggas wide open on the corner who need to get the ball, like Jalen Brunson, and we didn't know he could play ball until this year. Play like this until this playoff series. So we seeing Luka Doncic is underdeveloping his own team by his selfish play. Trey Young is a better passer. He's a better facilitator. He's a better leader. And I think if you put a team around him that can complement him, he has a much better career ahead of him than Luka Doncic does in Dallas. Until that changes, I have to see Luka do something dramatic this season for me to be like, okay, he's on par with Trey. He's not.
Trey Young just scored 9 points. He scored a total of 17 points
in 2 games.
And
he compared Luka to James Harden. Let me finish reading these super chat.
This is probably one of the worst. Shelton, you are absolutely right.
This looks like a college
series.
Game.
The officiating is horrendous.
99-98.
Both sides.
Yeah.
This is difficult.
Did you see
watch.
that just now? Did you wait? Go back before he scored that basket.
Pushed. I know Beverly flop a lot, but he pushed this motherfucker out of. And they hacked and Minnesota hacking the Timberwolves.
They're not calling nothing.
They ain't calling shit.
Bad, bro.
And then they'll call a ghost foul, and you like, wait a minute.
Bad.
You don't have enough challenges to do this. And I hate it because these are 2 good teams that deserve just to be let them play.
The problem is they are letting them play, but they're letting them play the wrong way.
Call it.
It's bad.
Call it right. That's what I mean by that. Because this should be a good series because of the talent on the court. But officiating is changing the outcomes of these games.
Did you read Kev Timothy's?
That's the one.
That's the one.
Go ahead.
Kyrie's last 3 games averaged 15 points on 37% field goal shooting and 18% from the 3. Since he left LeBron, he has virtually done nothing in playoffs. why is he viewed as a big-time playoff performer off of that one finals run?
Game winning
Because
shot.
that one finals run is
Yep.
more than most niggas have done
Game
ever in
winning
their
shot.
career.
Yeah, he got a ring from it.
Yeah.
That's the reason why.
Yep.
The reason why Barkley get teased on TNT, he
Yeah,
get no
exactly.
ring from it.
And
He got a ring
showed
from it.
it in the first game. I mean, the rest of those games were pretty bad. I mean, Boston locked him up, bro.
Yeah.
You know.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what? I just thought about. I think John Morant plays basketball the way NBA YoungBoy raps. That's what I think.
Hey, that's what
That's
he do.
what
He is the NBA YoungBoy of the league.
But do
He
you
is.
think it's something?
He is.
You think it's something wrong with him right now, though?
I don't even know what that means.
Like if you
I
listen
understand the analogy.
listen
That's
to an
good.
NBA YoungBoy song. It's very abrasive. It's all over the place. The flow
Yeah.
is so out of different. It's just like, yo, what is he doing? Like,
But
Yeah.
he got the
And-
youth on lock.
yeah, but he got the youth on lock. You know
But
what I
you
mean?
can somehow tolerate it.
Yeah, like he got the little baby locks and whatnot. Like, you know, Ja's like the quintessential like Gen Z like basketball player, dog. He does the dunks. He posts a bunch of 100 emojis when he win a game. Like, you know, he's just, you know, he's very much so that
shot is like,
Yeah,
Nah.
that is a good analogy.
yeah, it is.
you know.
Rayshawn Davis said Luka over Donovan.
Okay.
No.
You said
I
what
want
was the question?
from a black
Luka
standpoint.
over Donovan.
I want to ride with y'all about Luka as a black man, but I just can't.
I'm riding with
hating-
I'm riding with
y'all
Donovan.
hating on him
I'm riding with
just
Donovan over Luka.
No, but Luka's better than Donovan though. It's like that ain't even close. Like
That ain't close.
Luka is a beast, man.
So let me ask
y'all
you,
letting the white hype turn y'all off.
I'm not
of
talking
him,
about
man.
that. I'm not talking.
He's
I'm
good.
just talking about what I've seen.
Luka not better than
I'm
Donovan.
just talking about what I've seen. I've seen Donovan Mitchell go
Scores
further
better,
in the playoffs than
rebounds
I've
better,
seen
and
Luka.
passes better.
So I'm asking
I
you this.
love
Let me
this
ask you
album.
this, Lou. If you switch both
literally-
players,
I don't know nobody else on Dallas team other than Brunson this year.
you know
I
Tim
don't-
Hardaway Jr.
Dorian
His
Finney-Smith is a
daddy?
great
I'm
player.
just saying, you know
That's
that
why I
nigga.
know him.
You
'cause
know
his
what's his
daddy.
name?
Spencer Dinwiddie.
What's that big ass nigga name? The white boy.
Maxi
like,
Kleba, Dorian Finney-Smith is really good. Dorian
I know
Finney-Smith
Jason
is going to give him
Dorian
some.
Finney-Smith is playing out of his mind right now.
Man, like Luka's
He's
making
playing
these guys
great.
better.
Maxi
Yeah.
Kleber's playing great defense. Knock
No.
down 3 and D guy.
What the mixed kid? What's the mixed center name? I can't remember.
Brunson
his
is
name.
great. Dwight Powell is a great player. Like he
Dwight
has
Powell.
talent. He has
Man.
talent around him, dog. Like
He
even
he
what's his
does
name?
now, and they figured out their roles. Brunson is posting up. Brunson post up. I don't know if you saw it, but on a couple of plays they ISO Brunson. Jalen Brunson posted up Rudy Gobert and killed him down there
Mm-hmm.
a couple times. I was like, this is crazy.
Jakob Pertl, like, you know, they have really solid players, dude. They have really solid players, 2 actually good players. So this
Spencer
whole narrative that
Dinwiddie's good,
Luka
too.
Good defense.
and Dinwiddie's a great scorer. So I don't want to hear this.
Mhm.
Oh, Luka, he ain't got no help. No,
Nah, this-
he has help, bro.
This is the most talent he's had around him, though.
That's a
Mhm.
less
and Jason
talented team.
and you know what?
That is a far
You
less
know what?
talented team than Utah and Atlanta.
I don't know about that at all for Utah. For Utah,
That's what I'm
who
about to
the-
say. If you put Luka on Utah, do they go far? Do they go to the Western Conference Finals?
Man, if you put,
Nice block.
If
Oops,
you
my
put
bad.
Luka,
Forgot
if you
to
put
record.
Luka on Utah, from white privilege alone, they probably go to the finals. Like they would probably cheat them to the finals if Luka was on the Utah Jazz.
Luka's so white that the Utah crowd don't even know how to react when he scored. They just
They
like
cherish
oh,
him.
do-
They would
do
love.
we-
That would
do
be
we-
like you want to see someone surpass the Yankees and the Cowboys and everything,
doing?
Duke, all of those things on Sports Center. Put Luka in Utah.
Come on,
That would
man.
do it.
No, bring it back out.
Pat Bell shooting step back
he
three.
He had to.
He-
The time
he
was
young.
running
Oh,
out.
He
time was
young.
running. It's like, what in the world was
He
that?
young though.
That's I understand, but you not bring it back out. Get 24 more seconds. I'll get it.
It wasn't
I
a
get
bad
it.
shot. It
I'm
just
talking
was
about
short.
a.
It was. That's what I was talking about. That wasn't no bad shot.
You about to drink more waters?
You said Rudy
yeah.
Gobert
Go ahead.
better than anybody in Dallas.
How is that a foul?
Drink More Water says, when are we going to talk about the ISO style play these players that have a big or that have a quote unquote bag play isn't winning basketball? KD, Kyrie, Melo, Harden, etc. all can't be leaders of championship teams.
ISO
Melo off
bag
that's right.
players. I believe that I believe that to answer that question, it's actually a deeper layer than just that whole bag conversation. Really, what we're seeing is, and I've argued this, and my friend Kingsley's argued this too. and check out their podcast over at Temple of Hoop on Spotify. But he's made the argument, and I agree with him, that we're leaving the era of big threes. We're leaving the era of the powerful 1-2 combination and just filling out the roster with average Joes to get you to the finals. That's been over for probably about the last 2-3 years now. And what we're about to see, and what you're seeing right now on your TV screens, if you're watching the Memphis team, is you gotta have like guys who are 5, 6, damn near even 10 deep now. When you talk about the Suns, talk about the Warriors, you have to be deep. And the Warriors have changed the NBA once again, where everyone thought it was just you got to find Steph type player. But what we're seeing, the reason why FIFO says that the Warriors are eons ahead of the whole league, is it's not just about KD and Kyrie. It's about who are the 5 to 6 others who can also play 3 and D, who can also make that extra pass, who can also put the ball on the floor and make a good decision, who can also read a defense, who can also, facilitate outside of them. And can they play within the team concept? And I think that we're definitely out of that type of league now, where it's no longer D Wade, Bosh, and LeBron. You got to have others to go along with you for real. Grayson Allen just had 27 points. Like, we're in that type of NBA now. It has to be deeper.
That's a big reason why Boston beat Brooklyn, because of the depth. Like everybody from damn near won at least the ninth roster spot.
Was the coach. That was the big reason.
Yeah, that was the coach.
So Chicago going home, huh?
Yeah,
that tonight?
Boy, I was gonna ask y'all, how we looking back at that Chicago season? Because that really just came and went like a fart in the wind.
Them injuries
killed them.
LeVar.
Injuries and COVID.
Who was
LeVar got
injured?
hurt.
Everybody went down.
Everybody
was down at one point. Zach LaVine went down.
Okay.
Caruso,
Lonzo Ball.
Everybody at one point was gone.
You got
So it was kind of tough. You got to make that.
You got that one.
He had to make that
And
because
they
he
took
was
the lead.
missing some wide open threes.
Yeah, all of them were. They took the lead on that. That's crazy. If they win this game, this is crazy because they didn't.
I got a
win
feeling
this game.
Ant-Man got something to say.
Yeah,
I'm trying to tell
He's
you,
trying, but
it's probably gonna be.
I'm talking about like
I think
he
it's
gonna,
gonna
he
be
gonna make a
Cat.
shot like I can't believe he made that shot.
If they smart, they're gonna go to Cat again because Cat hit the last few. That's why I say
but
that.
they got to call a good play for him.
Yeah,
But yeah, they being outworked. But they've gotten a lot of fortuitous calls.
it's been
Bro,
efficient.
Memphis, like every time they go to the hoop, they get a call. It's been bad.
The Lakers KB24 said y'all still choosing Donovan over Tatum. Not right now.
No,
not right now. Yeah, not right now.
Not right now.
Yeah, that's a fluid situation. I still think something going on with Donovan. Maybe it's he ready to
he
go.
want to go to New York.
It could be the injuries. It could be something.
Nah,
Sometimes these guys.
He said it in the interview right when they went through that losing streak when they lost to the Clippers up 20-something. He said it's the same old shit every night.
Yeah.
That
Every year.
tells you. Yeah. Yep. That's all you need to know. He let you know right then and there.
That was it. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mitchell's dad also works for the New York Mets, so
Yeah.
Nate the Great says KD is great, but let's stop the LeBron comparisons.
got to. Thank you.
Yeah, it's over now.
Drink More Water says KD isn't an alpha. These niggas is
Damn, y'all
They've
killing
been
me.
waiting to get that.
Bro, they've been waiting to get at, bro. I swear. KD did something to somebody.
I'm trying to tell you, KD
I've
is
never
that
seen this
dude.
man get that much hate before.
Nick, I'm trying to tell you,
that
man.
look in his eye that he's scared.
What's up?
Nick,
What's up, Lee?
Nick,
I
I'm
got
trying
you.
to tell you.
Hold on. What's up,
go
Q?
ahead,
I said, Nick, I'm trying to tell you, KD is that dude
What'd I
who
say?
runs with a bunch of like tough people, and the minute that he at the corner store by himself, he be like, "What's up, all that shit you was talking with you and your brothers? Your brothers ain't here. What's up now?" You know what I mean? And everyone's like, "Come outside, Nick." You know what I mean?
You mixing up KD with Cat, bro.
What is
Yeah,
that doing?
man. Shit, Cat just want to get
Cat not even
pedicures
running
with
with no
Jordan.
tough
Oh, he
guys,
made
dude.
that.
He Cat one of them dudes. What are
This
you
is
guys
shot.
doing?
Woo, here we go. Give it to Ant-Man.
Oh, they gonna
Well,
get one.
he
More.
taking
They get
it.
one
Man,
more possession.
I want D'Angelo. I want the ball in Russell's hands, bro. I don't know why they doing
Nah, man.
He right. It's gonna happen.
You ain't want that.
That's what I'm saying,
You
bro.
didn't want that.
No one paid to see this.
Q, you did not want that.
No one paid to see Russell. His goofy ass.
I knew he wasn't passing.
I told y'all at the beginning of the series.
He literally just lost him this game.
When we were talking about Minnesota at the beginning of the series, I told you, D-Lo, I told FIFO, he ain't got no business. Look at that face. Look at
But
that
at the
face.
same time, when Cat was shushing the crowd, I'm like, yes,
You said it.
something
You
minutes
said
left.
Ken's exact words was it's 9 minutes left.
And he turned the ball over.
D-Lo
There
came out shushing the crowd.
Yeah, there was a look on his face. He looked like he was like, oh shit. And he got the ball and he
knew it was too
turned
much
it over.
What's up, Leak? Leak said KD has always been number 2 his whole basketball life. It's very unfortunate, LOL. And we saw
He
we
got to
read
make
the-
these.
And Ants hit some big shots, but he missed the ill-advised 3.
He mixed a couple shots.
He missed a drive to the hoop. He didn't go up aggressive enough.
You're gonna have to foul him.
Every
But
game.
if he makes this free throw, you need to foul before they shoot that 3. Don't
That's
let
2 blown leads.
He
man.
gonna
Don't
miss.
let
He gonna
Cat
miss this
shoot.
free throw.
he better
They
not
gonna
miss that
let
free throw.
they gonna let
miss
Ja
that.
do this.
But you need to foul right here. Don't let 6 get off and don't let Cat. Definitely don't let Ant get the ball. Ant-Man will hit in your
Not
face.
getting. They got our work though. Those tap outs.
Yeah.
Everything else, loose balls.
How
and
many?
Shit.
Yeah, Cat's
They got
hands
our
were
work, bro.
awful. He looked awkward down there.
I
So
want
many
the
Because the
ball.
big man ain't supposed to be at the top of the 3, bro.
I really want the
Nobody's
ball.
trash.
I want the
I don't
ball
care what
in
nobody
D'Lo and
Especially if
Cat's
you that
hands,
slow.
bro.
Like he's so
Oh.
slow. Like
Who put that picture of KD's head on Julius Randle's body? Did you see that?
I saw it on the
Hey,
Reddit thread.
hey. Oh god.
Oh, boy, talking about Scooby Doo.
Yeah, it was a Scooby Doo shit.
Well, they pulled off the.
Igwe
Oh.
Aike says, "Who the fuck is Bob Cousy?" Or Cousy?
Oh
Hell
man,
no.
they were trying to prop him up on one of them shows.
Then
thinking-
JJ Redick said if Kyrie was playing in the 1960s, they'll look at him like he a wizard.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
That's my thing is like when we look back at history, bro, there's certain athletes that like
Yeah,
I don't respect you based off of the competition you play.
Yeah, it's only certain ones that translate. And
Who, like Michael
all of
Jordan?
them
Like
don't
Babe Ruth
translate.
ain't shit to me.
Yeah.
Like, that fat motherfucker ain't shit.
I don't know. It's been a long time. His name's still ringing bells though.
I like Baby
gotta
Ruth.
mean something.
I respect Baby
It
Ruth.
gotta mean something. We
Baby
100
Ruth.
years, with 200 years in, his
And,
name's still
and if you
ringing
saw that
bells.
nigga play, you be like, yeah, he ain't shit.
And he pitched too.
He didn't have
And
no
he hit.
first.
He ain't had nobody else to do, bro. It was nothing but just.
I can
drunken
go.
frat boys
I'm gonna
on
tell you
that
right
damn
now.
baseball
I'm
field.
gonna tell you right now.
95-mile-an-hour fastball coming at Babe Ruth.
I'll
Jackie
tell you right
Robinson
now,
playing
Nick.
That motherfucker, bro, he's shitting on Babe Ruth, bro.
I'll tell you right now, Nick. I can go to 145th Street and go find a Dominican who can throw a fucking ball just like Babe Ruth. Can throw the ball just like Babe Ruth and hit that thing out the park. Like, what we talking about, man?
Nate the Great said the crown went from Kobe, LeBron, and now Giannis.
Hold on. They saying something happened.
What happened?
Hey,
Ooh.
Bam!
Wow.
I just said you couldn't let him
you
get
said
the
you were
shot.
gonna do something great.
Hey,
I
I
told you.
said he was gonna make a shot that you be like, how the fuck?
What
he
did I
make
tell
that
you?
shot?
What did I
I'm
tell you?
telling
Russell
you,
didn't
bro.
need the ball.
I told you. I said it don't matter whether he got defense on him or not. Don't let him shoot the ball. Why wouldn't you have not fouled?
And his shot is weird because it's like no one.
Did he have
disturbs him.
both
Like, his
feet?
shot is slow.
From now
but
on
it
down the
just-
stretch, he got to have the ball.
Correct. Why?
we saw 3 of the best Timberwolves players have the ball. We saw what Russell would do with it. We saw what Cat would do, and now we saw what Ant gonna do.
Yeah.
He is now officially the best.
Is that
All
Greg
right, y'all.
Monroe?
Make your name, baby. Come on, Ja, get this win.
That's why they need.
What
to
you think you're
trade
gonna do?
Cat.
I think if I'm Ja, I'm going straight to the hoop.
It ain't gonna be
Yeah,
a job.
because
I'm
drive,
gonna
they
tell you right
call
now.
fouls.
it ain't
Go
gonna
right
be
to the
a-
cup.
They calling fouls, so you might
It's
as
gonna
well
be that
let
light
them
skin.
get the
It's
basket.
gonna be
Yeah,
that light
make
skin
them
nigga.
foul.
Yeah, they gonna
22.
foul.
Desmond Bain.
Yeah, he gonna get the shot.
Yeah,
Man,
he,
don't get Devin Bain that
Nah.
shit.
he might.
He a
He might.
decoy.
He
I
might
would.
get that
I would
shot.
kick out the Bane.
What is that, Q?
Decoy. He said get.
I said I would probably run some action. If we're going out the side out, I would probably run an action for Ja to go right to the hoop, and then hopefully we have Bane on either the right wing or the left wing, and just
Yeah.
try to win the game. If not, trust our offense.
Yeah, I ain't look
I ain't
because
gonna
I ain't.
say
If you're at home,
Yeah.
if you at home, go for the win.
Oh, Ant guarding Ja.
Hey, that's what the best player is supposed to do.
Yeah.
But I ain't see JJJ in a minute on the court. Well,
Why is he on the sideline?
They got his ass out
I
quick.
guess they just want
Is he fouled out?
He can shoot that ugly
Yeah,
jump. That ugly jump if he going in.
Who?
JJJ.
Nah, his jump
and
shot.
he has the
Jackson?
athleticism to stay with y'all too.
Yeah.
Ant-Man.
Here we go. It's for the game.
Oh,
that's it.
open.
That's
I
it.
told y'all.
That'll do you.
and they
told
have no
y'all.
timeout.
Wow.
They got no timeouts.
Nope.
They got to do a Hail Mary.
Wow. He might
The best
make
shooter in the league.
Got Ant-Man too.
Hey, but you know what? I'm still happy because the best two players showed up at the end. You know what
I
I'm saying?
said, Ja, what you gonna do? Win the game.
Yes.
This is how you
that
make
was
your
great.
name, bro.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a
and
great
Ant-Man
finish.
didn't play bad defense on him. He just
He
got
just lost.
he went for that
I mean,
steal.
that's
He went for that's what he shouldn't have
That's
done.
He went
what
for
they
the
gotta
steal.
go.
I
Yeah,
thought
he
he
did.
That's how you go from NBA young boy to the baby, or little
Watch.
baby.
See, he went.
Look, he went for the steal.
and he left. And they pulled Cat out, so that's probably why JJ wasn't on the court.
Yeah, he should. Yeah,
They
Yeah.
pulled him out
That's
on
a young-
Anderson.
But I
Ant-Man
don't
should've went for
mind
that
Ant-Man
steal.
doing that because
Nah, you can't do that.
He
I'm
bro.
just
shouldn't
saying
went
he's
for that
young.
steal.
This is gonna be a prime example why he's not.
Nah.
He should not
it's
have went for that
uncalled
steal. He asked for that assignment. You got to stay in front of him. You know exactly what Ja wanted. Everybody knew what Ja wanted to do.
They said Ant-Man.
You know what?
Trey Young defense.
You know,
Was that
that's
you?
funny. But you know what? Hold up. Let's just break this down really quick. When it comes to Minnesota, 12 Kyle did a great segment on this Charles Barkley calling the Grizzlies, not Grizzlies, the Minnesota Timberwolves stupid. And I disagree with calling, these players stupid, but they have a very questionable IQ, and I think that stems from coaching.
Yeah.
If you're gonna coach Anthony Edwards, you're gonna coach D'Angelo Russell, you're gonna coach Karl Anthony Towns. These three have such glaring flaws, whether it be personality wise or skill wise. But their IQs altogether collectively probably are some of the most low IQ basketball players I've ever seen.
It's real.
Just from a
That's true.
That's
That's
100%
true.
Just from a basketball
As a
perspective.
collective, they dumb.
But
just
That's not a
from
lie,
a
though.
basketball perspective. Just from a basketball perspective, they have very low IQ. I'm not talking about them in life. I'm talking about just basketball IQ. They're very low IQ players for them to be in these positions. You do not go for a steal when you got a guy who is known to attack the rim. You make him go into your body. That doesn't make any sense. And your coach, Taylor Jenkins, Finch, he has to be in Anthony Edwards' ear. Stay disciplined. Put your body in front of him. You're bigger than Ja. You still damn near 6'8". Make him body up. And if he goes to the line, we can maybe advance the ball. But instead, you let him get right to the rim. That's coaching, bro. And that's why I don't know, man.
For a layup.
For a layup,
For a
dude.
layup.
to
And
win the game.
it played out that whole game because there were so many moments where you saw the IQ of Memphis compared to Minnesota. It was bad, and they just got outworked and hustled.
It's IQ, and it's something that you said too. To double back to the beginning, what you talking about with focus, like the difference between a LeBron James and great players, and what we're seeing Tatum grow into is that basketball IQ that Q is speaking of. Like Ed was supposed to know, like you play basketball every day, bro. Like we watch it, we're telling you should have stayed in front of him. How in the hell you out there in the playoffs going for the steal, letting this dude by you? And it got to do with focus and being just that dude, like being the guy.
Yeah.
And I think we're seeing Tatum grow into that, and that's what they seriously lack, especially Cat. Like Cat don't got like no type of focus. Like it's weird.
And
that
that
shit weird.
And that comes from Fitch, and that's gonna come from coaching because
Yes.
that's really when you got a player with the talent of an Anthony Edwards, you got to pair him with a coach that can bring out the best in him
Exactly.
and help him to make those type
He
decisions.
need a
and
Phil
know,
Jackson, something like that to bring it out.
Right.
What
'Cause-
Jordan, when they were talking about that Jordan in him, somebody got to bring
Somebody
that
got to bring that out, and that's gonna be coaching. The same thing with
Facts.
Cat. Somebody got to coach Cat to be fearless, not just part time like he is, but give it to him to where he's confident like that 24/7.
Cat need more.
Somebody
Jackson.
who can give D'Lo a real role so he can know what he's supposed to be doing and not get missing like he do.
Because Cat played overall a good offensive game. He had big shot after big shot in the fourth quarter. He showed up when you need him. But there were also moments in the fourth quarter where he just
Bonehead
did a lot of
plays.
dumb shit.
Yep. So you saying Mark Jackson need to be that coach?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Yeah, he needs somebody. He needs somebody to elevate him. And it's not, like I said, when you have that much talent, but he's raw. It's raw talent, and we know that. So you need to get him with a coach that can grow him and help him to get to that level, level 2 and 3 and 4, to where he's that person.
Oh, so you talking about Steve Nash?
But up 11, I mean, the playoffs, no lead is really safe anyway. But up 11, like, you need, and that was one of the things I noticed. Like, I don't know if I necessarily would trust Cat to freestyle with the ball, run a couple of set plays, for him, so he can make the decision making easier. It feels like Ant is like the better guy to have the ball in his hands down the stretch. First of all, he's a guard,
yes,
so that helps out a lot, and he's athletic. He got damn near a complete game. So when times get rough, give him the ball. D'Lo, you called it. You said he's hit or miss. And it's been a lot of misses, but he can actually create his own shot and get shots. But it's just like, when is it going to happen?
Right.
So but that's what I saw that they were lacking. Like, who's the go-to guy?
Right.
Times are rough. We know Ja's going to get the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And Minnesota, who's going to get the ball?
Right. And they need to figure out some type of pick and roll action between the two of them if they're going to be together. That's what they need to work on all summer, because you really can't guard that, because he can pick and pop, or he can pick and roll, or Anthony Edwards can take it to the basket and dunk on your head. So you really that's really should be their bread and butter down the stretch, no matter what.
Cat's thing is he wants playoff moments without having to earn them.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost at times feel like he's playing to the camera.
Yeah.
Like when he hit the shot, he's shushing the crowd because he wants that to be played on ESPN and social media and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But nobody's going to remember that if you don't remember the game.
Right. You lose the game.
We remember you turning the ball over in a clutch moment.
That's it.
That's what we remember.
That's a good point.
And AE was the one that hit the damn game tying three.
Yeah, the shot that mattered.
He's trying to cheat the process.
Yeah, he does.
He does all the time. Yeah. All the time. Drink more water. Drink more water says skill and playing winning basketball are different things.
But we in Minnesota now. That's what you gonna have to say.
Stop, man. Y'all better stop.
Drink more water again said, why is defense, rebounding, and passing not talked about when discussing skill? People think skill is only about scoring the ball. Impact over skill. That's a good point. We don't talk about that enough.
Well, most of the players that win MVP don't even be on known as defense these days. What we value in the league ain't really about defense. Steph Curry ain't locking nobody up, but he's the face.
Unless you white and you love analytics, then
Joker. That's what I'm saying.
Love
Joker ain't locking nobody up, but he winning MVP.
Yeah, not at all.
The only motherfucker that was doing that was Giannis,
defense,
and that was because he was throwing up gaudy numbers.
Yeah.
Giannis is probably
LeBron was all defense when he was winning it, right? LeBron.
Oh no, LeBron's defense. I think his defense is discussed, but
it's not. It's not. We don't look at LeBron as like we respect him because defense. We respect him because he can do everything.
LeBron's defense, Wade's defense was discussed because he was blocking the hell out of shit. Kobe's defense.
Oh yeah.
Marcus Smart trying to bring defense back.
I think that's actually a valid point. Like, we don't. Well, at times we don't. I think Q has questioned Luka's defense and said he needs to get better defense.
Most of the players that we respected, we are taught it, or like
Donovan Mitchell's defense,
like Trey Young's defense, all these superstars.
Trey Young ain't gonna be able to play defense.
If I can hit 40, I don't got.
Bro, if you on the court, you got Pat Bev played defense. He about as tall as Trey.
Because he can't hit.
Pat Bev.
If I can hit 40, I ain't got to play deep. Pat Bev can't hit 40.
That's a pretty impressive list for the to average 28 and 5 and 5. Did you see that list?
Nice. Who was on there?
Luka was on there.
Luke? No, that wasn't why I said that, but he was on there. But it was Michael
Jordan.
I was saying because B.I. was on there. Really, that's really why I said it. But
dang, when I looked around, when
Michael
I looked to the screen, it faded out like he faded out last year on the playoffs.
It was Michael, LeBron, and
they always be pulling out this shit that don't really mean shit anymore. They be putting people on these lists of great players, and these players and like when you see it, like a very simple-minded person be like, "Oh man, he's on the level of LeBron and such and such and such." Motherfuckers don't end up doing shit.
Big Lou, what's up, Big Lou? He said KD isn't making the finals with that 2018 Cavs team.
No,
I mean,
the one with
Booby, was that Booby?
Nah,
Yeah, that was with Boobie.
No,
Boobie
it wasn't 18. That was way.
You said 18 or you said 08?
2008.
Oh, I thought you said 2008.
That was with
My bad.
Kyrie. Yeah, that was with Kyrie.
Oh,
Yeah, you would with Kyrie.
you talking about
and
with
Kevin
Kyrie?
Love?
The title they won?
Yeah, with Kyrie and Kevin Love.
No. 2018. That was y'all see how quick y'all forget LeBron's greatness. That was J.R. Smith. That was Darren Williams. That was the team when they traded D Rose to Utah. Kyrie had left for Boston 2018, and LeBron put up 55, 57. He put up like 57 against the Warriors.
Oh yeah, that first game. Yeah,
that was it when they
I
got.
thought that was.
J.R. Smith blew it.
I don't know why I thought that was.
That was the timeout year.
That was 2018.
The timeout year.
Yeah, it was 2018.
Yeah.
And then 2019 was Kawhi. 2019 was the Kawhi title, and 2020 was when LeBron was in. Cause remember LeBron got hurt 2019 on the Lakers, so 2018 was his last Cavs year.
Shout out to J.R. Smith too, since y'all mentioned him. He what award did he win today? He won Academic Athlete of the Year with a 4.0. For 21-22.
Yeah, because he playing what, cricket?
He playing golf at North Carolina A&T. Same thing. But yeah, he had a 4.0 at North Carolina A&T. Stuff like that is not talked about enough.
So you think he doing it, or he got some white girl doing it for him?
He might be doing his work because if I understand correctly, he was an academic. He was good in academics before he
got to the league.
Yeah, before he got to the league.
I didn't even know J.R. Smith went to college. I ain't even.
Yeah, he enrolled at North Carolina A&T.
No, I'm talking about when he was on his way to the league.
Oh yeah.
I couldn't even tell you where he
college,
went.
What school he go to?
I don't know. He was straight out of high school.
Yeah, he's straight out of high school.
Really? Damn.
I remember he was jumping like crazy. That dude used to jump.
But yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
My nigga Earl. I don't know how you get JR from Earl.
Earl Jr. So that's why he's JR. Leak, what's up, Leak again? I don't remember seeing Leak in that much, but I appreciate you, Leak. Leak said the standard will not be lowered by Kevin Durant. KD, Kyrie, and the Clipper duo will love the bubble ring if they want it.
Yeah.
Damn. JR was a part of that last draft class that came out of high school.
And if the Clippers won that ring, oh my God, can you imagine the things that would be said?
Mm-hmm.
Or they would say Kawhi is the closest thing to Jordan.
Y'all gotta watch the spins, bro. I'll be telling y'all.
They was waiting on him.
They were there.
He was the first. They was gonna say he was the first NBA player to win a title in 3 different cities.
Who?
Kawhi. He won the Clippers.
Speaking of stats, it don't mean nothing, like you said.
Oh my God!
Like, who cares? He won in Toronto, San Antonio.
Kawhi is that forgotten man. Don't nobody even really talk about Kawhi like that at all. And when they do, they never mention him negatively. You don't really hear much negative. I guess because he don't talk much.
Well, because when he play, he a dog. That's all.
So, what they gotta do with it? You said win. that preceded that whole.
He took off a whole year.
To me, he's the Kendrick Lamar of the NBA.
Y'all gotta stop.
What he's in,
he only play every few years.
You only gonna see him every 5 to 7 years.
Yeah,
but when he there, that nigga winning chips.
When he come out, it's gonna be big.
Man.
He got to come out. That's a fact.
I think Monty Williams is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's long lost child.
Damn, they do look alike.
You say so? He a hater?
Man, he look just like that motherfucker.
But Kareem probably at home hating somebody right now.
Yeah, boy.
Kareem hate everything, boy.
Yeah, Kareem at home right now.
I'm almost there. I'm almost there, bro.
Nah, you still fuck
boy.
with nigga shit too much. Kareem don't like niggas, period.
Nah, Kareem ain't fucking with no niggas.
None.
This nigga, they asked him, how's the weather outside, man? LeBron James ain't shit.
LeBron James ought to do more for black people. Like, nigga, what are you talking about?
You that, Kareem?
Don't be riding across my yard.
But nah, if Monty Williams lose
Kareem at home,
series, hey, that Coach of the Year trophy cursed.
And that's what it is.
Are we really gonna dog them when they lost Book, man?
Hey, B.I. is
Yes.
B.I. is balling right now. And it's all within the
That's the most surprising part of the playoffs.
Yes. His mid-range game is just impeccable in this play.
It's Melo-esque.
It is. Wait, what you say?
Yeah, you already know. I said Melo because
Jay Crowder hitting shots, so that means Mellow. Sun's gonna win tonight.
Chris,
Melo-esque.
What up, Chris? You heard that, Q? Chris said, "What do y'all rank Tatum in the league right now?"
Right
Somebody said
now,
this motherfucker was top 3. That's false.
top
No.
nine, top 9.
I was gonna say top 9 or 10. I was gonna say 10.
Yeah, top 10 for sure.
Top 10.
What was the question?
I don't disagree
What do you
with
rank
that.
Tatum.
Jason Tatum right now?
Right now?
Like, do you count like Kawhi since he hurt and shit like that?
Who, Kawhi?
No, he said right now. So
Right
he's gonna
now,
go
so
right now.
Kawhi.
Yeah.
I'll say right now
Is he better than LeBron? Right now.
Right now?
Who? Tatum?
Tatum.
Y'all niggas.
Why you ask me that?
man.
You don't like to be ignorant first. Nah, he ain't better than LeBron.
No.
Nah.
No, he ain't better than LeBron right now.
Even though LeBron at home, though.
LeBron at the beach.
LeBron
somewhere.
living his
and
best
Boston
life.
was shitball coming out the gate. So it ain't like they was always a good team this year. I would probably say he's top 7 right now. I can't name 7 NBA players better than Jason Tatum right now.
I would do it in tiers. Yeah, it's about 7 players on the top. I would put Tatum on the top tier. Yeah, Tatum top tier player.
Damn.
Who they get next?
Who?
Oh, they get the Bucks.
They are the 2 seed, so they play.
That's
the
what I'm
3
saying, bro.
I can't wait for that.
That's gonna be good.
If
Without
he gets past
Middleton, too?
Milwaukee, bro, he's
Yeah.
a superstar, bro. Because ain't nobody else fucking with him.
Yeah,
Ain't nobody else fucking with him in the playoffs. He don't get to the
that's the
finals.
thing,
they
though.
don't have. They don't
He's
have Middleton,
been to
bro.
the Eastern Conference Finals and lost twice.
But he can actually win the Eastern Conference Finals this time if he gets past
But if
Milwaukee.
he
he
can go
don't,
to the
and he
finals.
beat Greek Freak like you said,
Who else
he's
they
still
gonna
ain't a
face in the?
superstar.
What they gotta face either Miami or
You see what
Philly
Miami just did
or
with that
Toronto?
defense?
Between Miami, Philly, and Toronto, who are you more afraid of? Them in any one of those 3 or Boston?
Miami, Philly, Toronto, or Boston? Philly. I think Philly gonna get it together. I think Philly gonna win.
Bro, Philly can't
I
win.
think
They can't
Miami.
close out a series. We talking about Minnesota can't close out a game. They can't close out a series.
I
bro.
think Miami, because if
How
you,
many-
if you can make Trey cry and shut Trey down, and he can't.
Well, he light skinned. Of course, he was
Trey
gonna
Young
cry.
saw, yeah.
Yeah.
Say,
But,
look at his hair. You know he gonna cry.
But
That is some crybaby.
How the
ass.
It's a
hell-
crybaby hell all day. No, he
Lou,
went home.
how many games do it take you to close out if you only got to win one?
Man, listen, Doc Rivers.
As many as it takes.
Doc Rivers don't care.
That many if
Yeah,
you won
Doc Rivers
3.
don't care if it's go 7. He play golf on the off days, in the play. I like Doc Rivers do not care, bro. I think that they'll get through this. If it takes 7, then they'll go to the next round. That might take 7 too.
If it gets to 7, that means they're all on par. That means that
Who?
they
All
could
40?
easily lose that game.
I
if it
think
goes
that's
7.
true though. I think all the 4 teams left in the East are on par. Ain't no, especially since Middleton hurt. If Middleton wasn't hurt,
That's what
then
I'm saying.
we'd have the Bucks and then the other 3. But Middleton being hurt, it's a crapshoot. Whoever come out.
Yeah,
Hold on, the Bucks got Splash Mountain. What you talking about?
Him beating the Bucks without Middleton is gonna lessen that win.
He
Sorry.
got to make it
You
past
have
the
to, yeah.
finals. He
Yeah.
got to
That's
go.
the second.
We
best
didn't
player
lessen
on the team.
Giannis when they faced the Nets without Kyrie and
Yes,
Harden.
we did. Yes,
We didn't
did.
lessen. I'm saying we didn't lessen it.
Yes, we did.
Yeah,
I know I did. I was
everybody did because they said if Kyrie was there, they would not have won that series.
Yeah.
Everybody said that.
We said if Harden was healthy, 100% healthy, they wouldn't have won.
Okay, well
Yeah.
then we talking about the playoffs. Then there's always somebody hurt.
True. That is true.
Shit,
Yeah.
AD
There's always
said
somebody hurt, but there's not people out like that.
AD said that when he got hurt, if I was healthy, we would have won that final.
That's why
AD, when is he healthy?
Phoenix without Booker, I'm like, they don't have Booker.
Yeah.
That's huge for this team.
The only reason I do give it credence is because it's New Orleans. In New Orleans, nothing was expected from them.
But they've been playing really good down the stretch, though.
That Herb Jones dude is good.
Yeah, if you've been paying attention.
Yo,
that,
man, you saw them
that
shot
guy
block?
that shoots those threes. I forgot his name.
Did you see Herb Jones
Troy
blocking
Murphy
them
son.
shots? God, no. Hey,
Herb Jones and
there's,
Alvarado, they've definitely found the Pelicans have to be given credit because I've admittedly been shitting on them for probably about 12 months now with their selections in the draft and just free agency. But these finds of Willie Green, Herb Jones, Alvarado, they're putting together a very scrappy team. I think that they have the potential to become what Memphis is right now in people's eyes. I think that they're doing that very quickly because Brandon Ingram, he's putting it all together. He's taking that leap that we expected guys like Ben Simmons to take, or we expected certain players like Julius Randle to take when they were drafted, but he's putting it all together, and it's just like this mid range, like y'all saying, the mid range is crazy. He's putting on weight in the weight room, and he's going to the rack. He wasn't doing this in LA, and now you're seeing what it does. Add in a healthy player from Duke, maybe some guy that they drafted number 1, and they could be something special for real, for real.
The strip. Q, which I'm gonna get back to the I'm not skipping super chats. I'm just coming to this one because it's relative to what we were just talking about. Q, we them boys said, who are you more worried about, Harden or Doc Rivers?
Doc Rivers. Doc Rivers. It's not even a question to me. It's Doc Rivers. I have all belief in James Harden to be able to get healthier than he is right now. I still don't think we've seen the last of James Harden in his prime. I think James Harden is right where CP3 was a couple seasons ago when everyone was like, oh, hamstring pull, he's done, he's washed, and then he went to the finals 2 years after that. And he looked pretty much relatively the same player that he was at OKC as he is in Phoenix. So that's really good. James Harden, he's going to be all right, in my opinion. I could be totally wrong, but I believe he will be okay. Doc Rivers, I have no faith in him. I just don't have faith in him to be able to land the plane. Certain coaches know how to land the plane. Whether it's through turbulence, whether it's through thunderstorms, they can land the plane. It's not always going to be clear skies. Doc Rivers has shown when it's clear skies, it's smooth sailing. But the minute it is a little bit of wind, a little bit of turbulence, a little bit of water, a little bit, the plane going down. And he is not Captain Sully. We are crashing and we are burning. We are burning. So I fully expect to blow this series. But I just hope I'm wrong.
Hey Q, I got a question for you.
So
does campaign off the Suns, does he not look like a chopped and screwed Diggy Simmons?
See, we ain't never getting the player interviews. Campaign. Who Campaign look like? Campaign look like.
Hey, he balling right now though. That's all I'm bringing him up. I'm just like,
he look like one of them dudes from Mindless Behavior. You remember that old group back on BET? Hell no.
I was gonna say, you remember that cartoon Angry Beavers?
Hell yeah. See, we ain't never getting advertisement. That's crazy.
Kev Timothy, he got a good Trey Young stat. He said Trey had 30 assists and 30 turnovers this series.
Wow, that's a good ass fucking stat.
We need to talk about that.
How you have 30 assists and 30
That
turnovers?
ain't real. That's real.
That's real.
That's what they saying.
That's a good ass fucking stat. Damn, Miami put him in a blender.
They really did.
That's fucking crazy.
I wouldn't want to see.
You got to
that.
give Coach Bosch
They
some
said
credit.
somebody showed a video on
Coach Bosch got to get some credit, man.
They showed a video on the Reddit thread for Dead End Sports of Trey Young picking up the ball, and PJ Tucker picked him up first. Then they switched to Bam Adebayo, and then they switched to Jimmy Butler. They was like, he is in hell right now.
Wow. What can you do with that?
Can't do nothing.
That's Trey Young. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And then, because I'm sure it's supposed like, there's Herter, there's Hunter, there's a busted up damn fucking Collins, no Capella.
Yeah, Clint out.
Bogdanovich, the only one that can hurt me.
Oh, Clint Bell.
We're not afraid of any of them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
You cut this motherfucking head off, they're done.
But my thing is, I'm just pissed that most teams haven't figured it. Like, isn't that obvious? Like, he's saying the same shit that we've always been saying. That's the reason why. That's the reason why we looked at Atlanta like
everybody ain't
that
got,
last year's
everybody
run.
Can't do it.
Everybody ain't got Jimmy Butler,
Bam
Adebayo,
but Philly had a good had a team that was built to defend them. Technically, Ben Simmons was supposed to be that nigga that's supposed to lock.
He was on this thing last year, though. He was
on this
different.
one?
He was on this thing. Like, his dude was on one last
I
year.
mean,
but
going into that series, you were like, oh, they about to lock this nigga up.
You know, why hasn't another coach done that?
Yeah.
I don't know. They're not supposed.
Yeah.
Because they don't have the personnel.
Yeah,
they don't have the personnel, man. They don't have the personnel to do it. And, like I'm saying, Boston could probably do it because they have the long defenders who can keep up with them. They could probably throw Horford, Jaylen Brown, and Marcus Smart in that order to do the same shit that Bam and whatnot. But you don't have too many teams that can do what Spoelstra is asking of defensive wise.
Right.
They know that Trey Young is the point of attack. He's the point of creation, and he's the only guy on that team who can create his own shot. There's no one else on that team who can create their own shot. John Collins cannot create his own shot. DeAndre Hunter can't do it. DeLon Wright is a backup point guard. You can only ask so much of him. So that's why I'm saying I have all the faith in the world that Trey Young will get back to being a very prominent player in the playoffs. They just don't have the team around him right now for a guy this small to be asked to do as much as he's doing. It was a recipe for disaster, and they were fighting to get into the playoffs anyway. So this looked like a team that was the AC. He's playing like an AC.
We'll be back next year.
Somebody said in the chat, I don't know if it was you, Q, but somebody said Cam Reddish would have helped this situation a little bit more.
That was me.
That was you?
They got rid of Cam Reddish for Herter.
Yeah, that was he could create his own shot.
Yep, Herter ain't been doing shit,
and he would have took some of that pressure off Trey bringing the ball up the floor. And
that's why, man, you never choose white over black, bro. I don't understand why they did that in basketball. What was they thinking?
Chris, what's up? Chris said, I'm a Celtics fan, and Kyrie wasn't the whole reason that Boston sucked when he was on our team. I think Brad wasn't a coach that could handle so many egos.
Love this guy.
Yeah, I know. That's right up your alley.
Hey, what's crazy that Boston brought in a black man, and it got better.
Yeah,
and not any black man.
Do.
Yeah,
Mr. Nia Long.
Yeah, Mr. Nia Long.
It ain't his last name.
Well,
I don't know what his last name is. It gotta be.
Well,
it's gotta be Long.
Let's slow down, because they've only just gotten past the first round, and they got out.
But you ain't pick them too.
I did not pick them. No, I did not.
So they surprised you, right?
Yes, I bet more on KD and Kyrie than I did on Boston as a team.
I'll say this,
but
I give
it's
credit,
only the first round, bro.
I give credit for Steve Nash for doing this. He just guaranteed that black man another contract. Cause beating Brooklyn,
they wanted to fire him early.
Yeah, beating Brooklyn.
When they was 23 and 24, they wanted him out.
Bro, and he went to them. He went to their whole locker room. He's like, "Look, nigga, I ain't have to get me fired."
But Brad did.
I gotta answer the Nia Long.
But here's the thing: Brad got to what, 2 Eastern Conference Finals? See what I'm saying?
Yeah, but this.
So he hasn't.
But this is this team has a better chance to go further than they.
They haven't gotten there though.
I'm saying they have a chance.
Just the fact that they got past.
That's what I'm saying. Just the fact that
they got past KD and Kyrie healthy.
That means they ain't scared.
That means something. That still means
What does that
something.
mean?
That means they ain't scared.
It just thank you.
Nothing. Same thing it mean for Jason Tatum's bid to being a superstar. It don't mean nothing if they don't get past these next 2 rounds.
Why you putting that much pressure on Jason?
To the finals.
They gotta go to the finals.
I'm asking you this question.
To be better than Brad Stevens' coaching tenure, they have to go to the finals.
That's fine, but why are you putting that much pressure on Jason Tatum this year?
Because I think that this is the year that he's ascending. Like, this is the determination to be a superstar or just a star. Yeah. This is determination where you Vince Carter, Tracy McGrady, or you going to be Kobe. This is the year. Yeah. And like I said, he got the skill set to do it. He just ain't done it. He ain't been to the finals before. That's cool. I mean, excuse me, he been to the Eastern Conference finals before. That's cool. You ain't win.
That's
like
at
cool.
At least let's get to the Eastern Conference Finals. Just cool now.
Yeah,
bro, y'all standards is crazy, bro.
Absolutely. Our standards?
Y'all niggas just crazy. Luka's superstar. He ain't been nowhere to the Western Conference Finals.
Oh, Luka's not a superstar.
Luka ain't a superstar.
Luka ain't a superstar. Ask the chat. Chat, is Luka a superstar? Bet you, please let me know.
Them motherfuckers, you asking them?
I'm asking. They the streets.
Of course he is. Drink
I
more water.
Keep my ear close to him.
Drink more water just said Luka is a better scorer, rebounder, defender, and shooter. But just talking about him and Trey. Passing is equal. Name 2 things Trey Young is better than Luka. And Luka is bigger.
Winning.
Pause.
Winning. Winning. He's a winner.
Well, he ain't win today because he had 11 points today, and I'm really upset about that.
Winning in the playoffs.
I'm really upset. He did not win today.
And the only way that Luka, it's taking the fall of a black man for Luka to get to the damn next round. Like, we're witnessing Donovan Mitchell either hurt or whining bitch him on his way out.
Hey, that's crazy. Did y'all know that Willie Green and Chris Paul was on that team coached by Monty Williams?
Back in New
Orleans. And Jared Jack, I think, was an assistant on it. No, he played on that team too. He's an assistant now.
Yep.
So that's
when David.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool that he came off Monty.
Dumb shit. Grab the fucking rebound.
Cassie, what's up? Cassie said, in my opinion, people are giving way too much blame to KD and Kyrie and not enough credit to Boston. Boston is seriously that good. They just met their match.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah.
Boston was the better team. I agree.
I would
agree.
agree, except for Steve Nash. We can't emphasize how important he was at that downfall. I do agree that Boston deserves more credit, but I still want somebody to go at Steve Nash other than Nick Wright.
It's Ime Udoka, man. Ime Udoka, like I said a couple weeks ago. And you know what? I don't really want to hear a lot of Boston fans cheering too loud for Ime Udoka because those were the same fans who 2 months into the season were saying we should have never left Brad Stevens, because bro, no, like literally, because it's like Ime Udoka and them, they were struggling, they were figuring it out, and it wasn't until January that Boston was able to finally get something going on that winning streak. So all these Boston fans who want to bow down now because he done locked up KD and Kyrie, man, keep that same energy, man. Sometimes it takes a second for things to gel. And like Sheldon saying, meanwhile, Nash has had 2 years, and I haven't seen him draw up a play yet.
And they didn't let Brad Stevens go. Brad Stevens quit on y'all
Nah,
asses.
he ain't quit. He got promoted.
Yeah,
he had that white man luck to be like, look, you ain't done shit for us.
It's not
so
working for you
Let's
here.
go upstairs.
How about we give you a promotion?
He quit.
This position not working out.
He was gonna walk away.
Yeah, he quit, and they came and was like, "We're gonna give you this job so you don't walk away."
And Danny Ainge was like,
"So
shit.
white man's
Danny Ainge was like, I'll leave.
Right?
Hey, Brad, I will leave.
He's like, what do we got to do to keep you, Brad?
You want me to leave?
Give me a promotion.
I'm gone.
He felt
Brad
his
Stevens,
culture was about to quit. That's called.
You know what? Brad Stevens.
Talking like that.
Brad Stevens did that shit. Brad Stevens did that shit. Brad Stevens did that shit in Wolf of Wall Street. He's like, I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. He went upstairs, man.
That's all it is. Presto T said Ant-Man definitely messed up. He's definitely super talented with a bright future. Just hope Minnesota doesn't waste him like KG.
That is real.
Minnesota still ain't retired.
He ain't
KG
going for
number.
that shit.
That's petty,
Ant-Man an Atlanta nigga, man. He ain't going for that shit, man. He gonna scam them before they scam him.
Yeah,
that's true Atlanta fashion. He ain't going for no KG shit.
I want the owner to go into that room saying that shit.
Come on, man.
He ain't saying like Ant-Man standing like, what you say? He be like, I'm sorry.
He gonna start talking about on
sorry,
God.
sir.
He gonna start talking about on God and on gang and all this shit.
Yeah,
man.
we need to get Ant in Atlanta, bro.
Yeah.
Let's start that campaign right now.
Amazing.
I would like that.
Man,
that would be
them two
amazing.
together? Now
Hey, they be kid and play.
Yeah, that would be.
Hey,
that would be.
Yo, hey,
that would be.
Hey, hold on now. We might keep. Nick, me and you gonna talk about that. That's some. We got to brand that. We can brand some opportunities on that type
that's
shit.
It, ain't it? Hey, that's it.
That's some real merch. Like, hold on.
That would definitely be it. We them boys said Timberwolves is a good team, but don't know how to finish games.
They're young. First, playoff.
They young, man.
So we saw how they was when they won that one playing game.
Yeah,
they wasn't about them how to close shit.
Once again, and coaches have to guide them kind of home. Like you talked about flying that plane. Part of that's on the coach to kind of guide it, and he didn't get that. Finch didn't get it done down the stretch.
But Sheldon, you know what my issue is with the way that, obviously, bro, young teams, they're gonna fuck up in the playoffs. They're gonna blow leads. They're going to have trouble closing games. But here's my issue: is most of the time when young teams are blowing leads, they're at least running sets that aren't executed properly, and they're making turnovers. They're making bad plays. When I watch the Minnesota Timberwolves, they could very well be running sets, but a lot of times the sets look very discombobulated. The offense looks very clunky, and I'm not seeing a flow to what they're trying to run. It just seems a lot of, all right, Ant, it's your turn. All right, Cat, you can just shoot from the top of the key, or D'Lo step mid-range and step backs. It's like, this is not, what offense is this? And that's where it has to be on the coach. Other teams, when they're young and they're blowing leads, they're trying to, do a pick and roll, and they end up getting the ball picked and plucked. Or something else that's disrupting their offense. I don't see that with the Timberwolves, and that's why I'm concerned about the coaching because it looks like that he's just letting them run around.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. Yeah. Any more super chat?
Yes, we got a few more. Josh Bros said, putting wins and losses aside, which is a team stat anyways, Luka's having the greatest start to a playoff career of all time. His numbers are insane.
You see the shit
Anyway.
well, you like Luka. You see, but this is the shit I have to deal with. This
Anyway.
is the hype. This is the shit I have to deal with.
I get the hype what you mad about.
God
though.
damn.
I do think he's good, but I get that.
And look, earlier in the season, I was the one that was saying Luka should get some MVP
and that's
consideration.
out of control.
So it's not, I'm not being like super biased here, but y'all need to fucking stop. Slow the fuck down.
Igwe EK said, where do y'all see Zion's future?
At Piccadilly's.
I was gonna say, I promise I was gonna say some type of food.
Nah, I ain't gonna
food
man,
ambassador.
He gonna,
I ain't gonna do the man like that.
He gonna score 20 points a game next year on this New Orleans team.
He'll be back next year. Yeah.
You joking?
Yeah. No, seriously.
Oh man.
No, seriously.
He'll be back, man.
Yeah,
CJ, BI, and Zion.
Yeah, that's tough.
Herb
all
Jones.
All he gotta do is put the ball in the basket.
I hope so.
20 points a game.
You don't think he's coming back?
I don't.
20
Where
a
he
game.
gonna go?
I
He's
think
still
he's
on
too
the
big,
contract.
and I just think he's too big. 20 a game, I think it's gonna be a lot.
He did it.
He did it at first.
He done got bigger though.
No,
Nah,
man.
he was always big.
Are those pictures wrong?
Now he was always big, but now you ain't seen
He
him
was-
working out lately.
I ain't seen him lately. I seen him do the windmill in the layup line.
Zion
Now I
be
saw him
fine,
doing
man.
playing some one-on-one, which one-on-one don't count. But what
Yeah.
I'm saying is he's a lot more fluid
than he
was.
looked. Okay,
A lot of that's the
that was
media
what I
shit.
was worried
It's
about.
the
He didn't
media
look
shit.
real fluid to me
Yeah,
last time I saw.
It's just like any other. You watching them boxing right now? That
Yeah.
when you training for a fight, you get in
Smart.
shape and you ready to go.
I mean, he's what? Is he even 20 yet?
Nah,
he
you know
is
what
20.
he
I
is,
think
like
he's
21.
20 years old.
Just turned.
Man, that shit'll fall off you just like that,
That
bro.
is true.
And especially what he does.
Yeah, Mr. T, I said 20 because, and not 20. Yeah, he was scoring 27 last year, but BI stepped this game up. BI is going to be that leading scorer. So that's why I say 20 over.
You know what though?
More than
BI don't like when Zion in there.
He don't. But I think this gives BI first right, in my opinion.
It
should.
You think it should? Yeah,
Mhm.
but
Zion team.
if Zion be Sean Kemp, it might could work. But
Yeah.
and then you got CJ McCollum that's gonna take shots.
Yeah.
Bro, I really don't even hate the idea of them trading Zion because it's like I think that right now, if you are unsure of Zion, if you think that he's an unproven commodity, if you think that he's gonna be hurt all the time, if you think that he's not really invested in your team, then go get you a nice return to build around BI and CJ. Like, bro, go get 3-and-D dudes, go get veterans, and then make this team around CJ and BI and run this shit back with a souped up, like, deep team. And this shit could be so much bigger than what it is right now. You ain't got to be Zion and BI being the big two and CJ. Nah, you have something good right now. Go add on to the good to make it great. Don't hope that something that doesn't want to be there can be great.
Yep. Especially because Zion name's still high too. Like people are still trading for that name value alone.
Of course.
Hell yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I take it.
The
I agree
prospect.
100%.
Like,
Do you
dude,
only
like,
have one
imagine,
challenge in the NBA?
Two. You get
You
two.
have two? Okay.
dude, I trade Zion right now for all types of Miles Turner, Malcolm Brogdon's, all them dudes come on my Pelicans team, and we'll be so deep. Like, what?
Facts.
Let me see what I got.
Is that Aaron Holiday?
CD Styles at who?
Holiday. It was one of the Holiday brothers.
Yeah, he plays with Phoenix. Aaron.
Okay, it is Aaron. Okay.
He be scoring too. Well, he don't get to play, but when he get out there, he can put the ball in the basket. Is CP3 hurt?
Mm-mm.
You
Where's
he
the
ain't
foul
been-
on that? What was
He
that?
out there. He ain't been playing at all. I don't know why they playing him.
No,
this
he played.
early.
Who?
Holiday.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Holiday normally he play garbage minutes. But CD Styles said, who was more disappointing, Trey or KD?
KD.
Trey for me.
I expect more.
Of course. We expect more from a Pantheon great. It's KD.
Yeah, I
I get at
expect
least
more out of
one
KD.
game.
I mean, I expect more from KD, but I expect double digits from Trey. That's the only reason I'm real rough on that, because I would expect him Trey should score 20 in his sleep.
I don't know, man. I like just the like I keep saying, the roster and what he's asked to do, and the fact that they were already in HC with playing games and whatnot. Trey Young, you saw Trey Young was killing in those playing games, right? Because he's playing against other inexperienced teams. When he played against the Knicks, he took advantage of a very inexperienced, overachieving Knicks team. Julius Randle's a fraud in terms of what everyone thought he could be, like that guy. He's not that guy. The Sixers, coached by Doc Red Rivers, Ben Simmons, the mental block, I'll give him a pass, but still he overcame that. And then when he went up against Giannis, if I'm not mistaken, that went 6 games, if I'm not mistaken, 6 or 5 games. So he's really been carrying this team for the last 2 years. So until he gets a real competent cast around him that can accentuate what he needs to do as a passer, not just as a shooter, I don't think we're gonna see the best of Trey Young. And Spoelstra knows that, and he's one of the best scheming coaches in the NBA. He's gonna take away all of what he needs to do because he's the point of attack. Like I'm saying, he's the point of attack.
Yeah. That part right there, because I see where you're coming from, Shelton. Like, you didn't think he would have a performance like that. But on the flip side, KD's a 2-time champion. Been played in what, 3, 4 finals?
Four.
And for him to go out like that and then play as bad as he did, you kind of expected a little bit more because of the experience. Trey Young don't have that full breadth of playoff experience yet. He got it now.
Facts.
Because there's a lot of tape he can go review.
Yeah.
That he was like, all right, I've seen this shit before.
I'm still thinking something might have been wrong with him though. Still. You
Nah,
don't think so?
I think they just fucked him up, bro. I expected more from Trey too. I picked the Heat to beat. I picked the Hawks to beat Miami.
Yeah.
So I expected more. I didn't expect this. They shot the shit out of me when I'm watching the game. I'm like, dang, Miami look like they're unbeatable.
They left the number 1 team in the East.
Yeah. And I'm like, they're not that good.
Right.
So,
We them boys said I cannot name 5 players better than Luka.
Okay. All right.
Josh Bros said,
get the fuck out of here.
Josh Bros said, y'all just hate Luka because he white.
I don't hate anybody in the NBA.
He said
I hate Ben Simmons right now.
I don't.
Ben Simmons
I don't
getting a
hate
bad rap, man.
I don't.
You
I don't
think so?
hate Ben Simmons.
I think so.
Why?
I feel like on the other hand, I may get killed for this, but when it's Simone Biles, we allow her the room to become mentally healthy.
That's yeah.
I see a lot of people, and I've seen Stephen A. Smith ranting about this. They talking about, oh, what he's doing is wrong, and they so offended. Man, that's the Nets money. I don't care if they paid. I do not care if Ben Simmons get over on them and play and never plays for them. I feel like we've seen him play at this capacity. If he tell me he not ready, we seen him missing layups or passing up layups rather, and be a shell of himself in the playoffs. So if he's telling me, hey, mentally, man, I'm not there, and he don't want to go out there and embarrass himself again, then I can't be mad at that if we say the same thing for Simone Biles and Osaka when they say, spare me my mental health and ask for leeway too.
I think didn't Simone Biles almost die? And I'm being a little extra.
That's a fact.
But she was doing that little flip and she didn't know where the fuck she was in the air.
Oh, yeah, and lost herself in the air.
That shit'll fuck you up.
That is true. That is 100%.
Not taking a shot.
I know those are circumstances that are deep, but what I'm saying is I just feel like the people are hard on Ben Simmons because we kind of selfish and want to see him play. Or if it ain't that we want to see him play, we want to be able to shit on him because he cowered in the spotlight again. It ain't nobody's really necessarily concerned with. It might be something wrong with him.
Ben Simmons, yeah, and what's wrong with him is he being selfish. And he hid behind mental illness. And I gave him the grace. Like, you know what, just in case there may be some shit. I haven't been in that situation where, I have performance issues on the court. I miss a shot and everybody fucking hate me. But so I understand that. So I was like, that's probably something that is tough for young cats to deal with. But you get the situation in your favor, and then it's your back. And then at the 11th hour, you were supposed to play in games 4, 5, and 6. You were supposed to game in 4 and come back in game 4. And when it looked like they were going to be swept, your back hurts again. You wake up and your back sore because you didn't want to be in that, and you didn't even show up. And then on top of that, now it comes out that there may be more mental health stuff that he got to get ready to play. And it's like, it just feels like he's creating these type of excuses to cover up for whatever. I don't know, man. I'm just not buying it anymore. And at some point, I stopped buying it. When it comes to the money and shit like that, I've said before on this program, I don't give a fuck about who get paid or what get paid. It ain't coming out of my pocket and it ain't going in my pocket. I stopped giving a fuck about that shit a long time ago. Oh, this guy ain't worth that. I don't give a fuck. That has nothing to do with me.
But see, and why I think we differ in opinion on that is I'm putting more onus on the team because Ben Simmons never came out, though I don't know if it came from his camp, but he never came out and said he was going to play. So
never did.
Even if he and the team are having conversation and he's like, man, I'm feeling good, I may come out and play this and that, I feel like that it's on them to keep that tighten-knit, never come out. Let's surprise the world and he jog out there game 5. Then let's get his morale up. That kind of helps him with his mental health. But if the team is trying to save face and they're like, well, he may play for 4 or 5 or 6 because they don't want to look like the idiots in this trade because now they getting swept in the playoffs and they traded for someone who they thought could help them, but he's just not ready yet. But they still trying to save face and say, oh, no, he may play. I think that they are playing it the wrong way and like taking the benefit of the doubt from him of being like they just throwing it all back on him. Like, oh, he might play as opposed to letting him be like, nah, I ain't good. I'm not ready. Don't tell him nothing. If I do play, then I'll run out here and surprise everybody, or you see me next season. Because I'm just not ready.
And you know they ain't get this shit from nowhere.
Right. I do believe that he probably told him that. Yeah. But I think they should have kept it to themselves and been like, hey, great, buddy. You want to play, then we'll just keep it to us and just run out that game 5 and everybody will be happy. And if not, you don't get no more bad press on it because now he may be in an even worse state. Motherfuckers
I don't see nobody stepping up for him. I don't see nobody coming to his aid.
Ain't nobody like, man, give him a shot, bro. Like nobody is saying that.
And at this point, it's probably going to be even worse.
Yeah,
because it's more negative attention brought on him because he didn't play a game.
Yeah.
So I think that's why mental health all of a sudden popped up again. Because now, like we heard what Stephen A. said, I think Stephen A. went overboard.
He did. 100%.
You know, with everything he was saying. Stephen A.'s been
he was being a bully.
Extra, yeah.
He was being a bully, 100%.
Yeah, and you know, I think at this point, I'm not at the point where I'm just going to constantly dump on the guy. It's just I'm evaluating the situation. I just think, just based on the information, like all this stuff just keeps popping up, and you know, if where did mental health all of a sudden pop up again?
Yeah.
Are you just trying to provide a cover for down the line?
And because can't nobody challenge it.
Right, because one way or the other, Brooklyn is not going to look great in this situation. At least Harden got on the court and playing as bad as he looked. You know, Ben didn't play at all, and they look like fools. The Nets, not Ben, the Nets.
Yeah.
But Ben was the one that got there and said, I'm good to go and I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
He said that and told them that I'm here, committed, I'm ready to play. I'm over my mental health shit or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then he backtracked.
100%. But I'm really shocked at that, though, because most times when you use that mental health card, and not saying that, you know.
You get leeway.
Yeah, you get a lot of leeway. People leave that alone in 2022.
They throw their hands up.
But like I said, they have stomped right over that. Ain't nobody heard none of that. All they heard is he ain't committed to playing basketball. That's all you hear.
People don't like Ben Simmons' personality.
They killing
him.
They
hate that. But he's been like that since LSU too.
Yeah,
he did this shit at LSU. People forget it. Yeah, he
really
said out the whole second half at LSU because he ain't like the way that they was running the team.
He really did. It's really some Royce White vibes.
Right.
Yeah, you remember that. Like he did doing this.
I remember him.
It's really like Royce White. I don't know. That dude would be dead. Chris Paul can't stand him. But
nobody can stand him. Because he be doing that.
That's that
shit.
old Pat Bev, the early Pat Bev.
John Stockton, old
Mhm.
Utah days shit.
But yeah, look up Royce White if you get a chance. Royce White and Ben Simmons are on that same line. Royce White was the first one with the mental kind of stuff going on, but he was a world talent from Iowa State. I love Royce White. That's why how I like Ben Simmons too, because they kind of played the same way. They both was like point forwards, but they both had a lot of mental issues going on. So
Fuck, you are right. He did this at LSU.
Mm-hmm.
he sure did. So
Huh.
he's pretty much quit at every level.
Yep.
But
Every
now
level.
he can cite,
Mental health.
and mental health can be anything you
That's
want.
a
it to
broad
be.
He said
spectrum.
it. I'm
Yeah,
depressed.
you can use that for
or
anything.
Whatever. Yep.
Not even depressed. Like I just,
It's a lot right
anxiety.
now.
I don't want
Uh-huh.
to. Just people even saying negative stuff to you that affects my mental health.
Yes.
I don't like how they run in the team in the
Mhm.
second. That affects my mental health because
Yes.
I don't like it mentally. I don't like what they're doing.
Mhm.
It can be anything.
It's built-in natural excuse.
Damn.
Brendan Irvin, what's up, Brendan Irvin? He said, I don't know if y'all talking about this, but what's a great trade destination for Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell, and even Bradley Beal? I didn't know Rudy Gobert was going to get traded, but
Do you get rid of Gobert to keep Mitchell? That's going to be the question. But Gobert ain't shit.
yeah,
I don't think nobody taking him.
Yeah, nobody gonna take him, man, unless you just need somebody to
you're not
salary
his
dump.
presence.
Yeah,
Add
you're not going
part
to
of
give up a lot for him like that.
Nah.
He's not worth a ton. He's more valuable where he is than anywhere else.
Right.
Yeah, I mean he's not even that more valuable there anymore.
Now, exactly.
No.
I think we said, or y'all said earlier, Atlanta for Mitchell and New York.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bradley Beal, rumors to Philly, and
L.A.
and maybe LA. I don't know if LA can get him, but
Him
you
and
have to
Philly
send
be
Russ
nice.
back.
Him and Philly with them guys would be nice.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Any other place Rudy Gobert would fit?
Um,
Indiana, maybe? Just because it's the same type of situation.
I mean, anywhere that kind of needs just a bid that's going to eat up space or just be a defensive presence. I can't think of a good spot for him though. Nah, because honestly, Gobert about to turn into fucking JaVale McGee if he's not there
That's
yet.
what it is. I'd say he there now.
And actually, JaVale McGee is more valuable.
I remember JaVale McGee thought he had offensive game, bro. Y'all remember that?
Uh-huh.
Gobert.
He does an excellent job for this team coming off the bench, though. I love what JaVale McGee brings. He did the same thing when he was with the Lakers. He's proven more valuable in his older age than he was younger.
Yep.
And once you realize that this is my role, I just need to come out here and give energy, good defense, and play smart. So the fact that he plays smart basketball and takes good shots, I saw him take a mid-range jumper the last game, I think it was. Nice play. Like he give them solid minutes when Ayton is off the floor.
Mm-hmm.
So I appreciate JaVale McGee, and I would think that since he was with Golden State, that's when it kind of started for him. That's when it clicked. Davion Smith said, in 2 years, who would be better, Luka or Cade?
Luka.
I still say Luka.
Cade.
I like Cade. Cade gonna be good.
He's
Luka
smooth.
tapped out.
He's
This
smooth.
about as best he's gonna get. He'll just.
I don't know if Cade. I
Yeah.
don't think Luka gonna get that much better. I just don't know if Cade gonna be that good.
Right. Right.
Mm.
The rebounding is what the biggest difference. Luka can rebound a basketball better than most guards could. Who's
Be
better,
cherry-picking.
C.J. McCollum or Jaylen Brown?
Jaylen.
Chris asked that.
Jaylen Brown.
Jaylen Brown,
Yeah,
I
Jaylen
agree with
Brown.
that. So Jaylen Brown is the unanimous answer on that. Let me know what y'all think about that in the chat. C.J. McCollum or Jaylen Brown? And I think that's the last super chat I had.
Cool. All right. Well, we thank you guys for swinging through, man. Appreciate you coming through.
Absolutely.
Spike.
Anytime
Yep.
you need me. I love talking sports.
Yeah, man.
Appreciate you.
Yeah. A lot of super chats tonight. But yeah, we're gonna get out of here. And I didn't know the draft was Thursday.
I didn't either.
That's fucking weird as shit.
Yes, it snuck up, didn't it?
Nobody's talking about the draft. My wife was asking
It ain't
about
no
that.
Super Bowl. It ain't no like stars really. Like
Yep. I don't know if there'll be a Thursday show. I actually wanted to do something with the members to kind of watch a game or something I was trying to do with Discord. But with the draft coming up, I don't know.
Yeah.
So TBD. But I definitely want to do something for the members, like one of the Thursday shows when we kind of on Zoom and shit like that at the crib. Do something like that. So that may be next Thursday because I got to come up here Thursday. Yeah, so I don't know if there'll be a Thursday show, but we'll see. But thank you guys. We'll catch you guys next time. We out. Peace.
We had a good couple. The last 2 years, we had a good show on the draft night. Yeah, it did.
Who won? Like Hutchinson or somebody?